Turkey, causing some damage. No injuries, but this comes at a time of deteriorating relations.
The U.S. has sanctioned 2 top Turkish officials and is threatening more with the continued detention of Pastor Andrew Brunson, an American under house arrest in Turkey. The Turkish government arrested him 2 years ago after a failed coup attempt there, charging him with espionage. The U.S. and Turkey have also announced tariff increases on several of each other's imports. And this weekend, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan blamed international forces for an economic crisis there. The Turkish lira has lost about 40% of its value against the dollar over the past year. Investors are concerned about Erdogan's handling of the economy and Turkish companies with high debts.
Fox's Rich Edson at the State Department. Dozens of families from North and South Korea holding emotional reunions. Some hadn't seen each other in at least 65 years.
A group of mostly elderly South Koreans traveled to a tourist resort in the north for the event. The first such reunion for 3 years. The Korean War of 1950 to 1953 left the peninsula divided, and people on the northern side were unable to leave. These brief meetings are likely to be the last and only time many will see each other. Over the years, at times of relative calm, the 2 Koreas have arranged for selected groups to visit each other. There have been 20 such events in the past 18 years. The reunions are seen as a confidence-building effort ahead of another summit between Kim Jong-un and President Moon of South Korea to be held in Pyongyang in September. Many hope this will move the North further down the path to denuclearization.
Fox's Benjamin Hall in London. No word yet on the charges against a Colorado man suspected of killing his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. A judge set a deadline later today for prosecutors. The wife and kids had initially been reported missing till their bodies were found and the husband arrested. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Apply today for First Hawaiian Bank's United Mileage Plus credit card. And upon approval, you will be entered to win 2 round-trip business class tickets on United. You'll also earn up to 30,000 bonus miles, 5,000 upon opening your new account, and 25,000 after spending $1,500 within 3 months. And you'll get 2 times the mileage on United ticket purchases. Apply by August 31, 2018. Stop by any branch or visit us online at FHB.com. Terms and conditions apply. Sweepstakes starts on July 1, 2018 and ends on August 31, 2018. Open to legal residents of Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands aged 18 years or older. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Visit www.fhb.com/United Sweepstakes for official rules and complete details. Member FDIC.
In illness and in wellness, Calvo's Select Care is health care that is there for you. That's why over 80% of the Guam medical community places their trust and insures with us. We offer our members wellness and fitness programs for a healthier lifestyle and provide a comprehensive medical network on and off island to help members from unexpected illnesses. Contact Calvo's Select Care today for more information.
Stay clean and connected with Docomo Pacific and mobile. For a limited time, stop by any participating mobile store and get a free chamois when you purchase $10 worth of Docomo Pacific prepaid load. Keep your car looking spotless when you go prepaid with the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. You plus Docomo Pacific, better together. Offer valid while supplies last. Some conditions apply.
$7 meal from Circle K. Get your choice of 2 Nathan's all-beef hot dogs or a half-pound Nathan's all-beef footlong, a big wrap bag of chips, and any size Polar Pop. That's a giant deal of a meal, all for only $7. Circle K. Take it easy.
Hafa and good morning, Guam. News time here at The Point is 7 minutes past 6 a.m. this Tuesday morning. I'm Kevin Kerrigan. Here's a look now at some of the top stories from the Guam Daily Post. The owner of the Wild Orchid Tavern in Tamuning paid $500 a month to a Taiwanese recruiter for each woman he's accused of employing at his nightclub, according to court records at the District Court of Guam. Peter Wong is now facing allegations of harboring illegal aliens. He's accused of bringing the 4 Taiwanese women to Guam on tourist visas, who he then employed as buy-me-drinky girls at his Tamuning bar. The case began August 13th when Homeland Security agents executed a search warrant at the tavern under undercover agents had already observed the four women working as hostesses there and selling $20 drinks to customers. The women have already been charged with visa fraud. Wong made his first appearance in district court Friday. Court appointed a defense attorney for him. He was released pending the outcome of the charges against him. The Democratic Party's slate of candidates came together yesterday at noon to sign a unity pledge to support each other, even if they're forced out of the running following this Saturday's primary election. The senatorial and gubernatorial candidates, mayors and vice mayors all took the pledge at the Laddie Stone of Freedom, with one notable absence. Senator Michael San Nicolas, who is challenging incumbent Guam delegate Madeline Bordallo to represent the island in Washington, D.C. In a statement, the senator said, "We have excellent candidates in both parties and some not so excellent." He said, "It is irresponsible to pledge support to a group just because they are of the same party," adding that we should be encouraging people to support rational candidates regardless of party affiliation. The Republican Party of Guam's candidates signed their own unity pledge last Friday. We'll have more news after this.
Regine Biscoe Lee isn't always the loudest senator, but that's because she's busy getting things done. Regine fought higher taxes from day one. Her first bill sent senatorial pay raises to public schools instead of politicians' pockets. And she took the governor to court when some politicians asked for nearly $200 million in new debt. Want a senator that strengthens our economy, champions our environment, and protects our children? Vote Regine Biscoe Lee for senator. Regine Biscoe Lee, strong, honest, effective.
I'm Regine Biscoe Lee, and I approve this message.
At Guam Regional Medical City, it is our mission to become the island's premier choice for specialty care, like cardiology, pulmonology, neurosciences, orthopedics, oncology services, and more. We aim to protect our island from heart attacks, strokes, cancer, and diabetic complications. But should you suffer from such diseases, we're ready with world-class options, both inpatient and outpatient. For more information, visit us at grmc.gu.
10 minutes past 6 a.m. here at The Point. United Airlines Chief Executive Officer Oscar Munoz made his first Guam visit this past weekend to celebrate 50 years of service to the region along with its predecessor airline Continental. During a news conference Sunday at the Dusitani, Munoz acknowledged the challenges United faces from competition posed by low-cost airlines. He said low-cost carriers have decreased the number of seats United is able to offer to the Guam market, but he said United is committed to Guam and the rest of the region for the long haul. He also cautioned Guam won't help make the tourism market recover by proposing to increase fees and taxes. It's not a political statement, he said. It's just the reality that when you want more tourists, you don't drive them away with more fees and increased taxes, he said. A fire in the pool and sewer pump room at the Lotte Hotel in Tumon last night prompted the evacuation of some guests. Guam Fire spokesman Kevin Riley reporting that engines 1, 3, and 4 responded along with Rescue 2 and Medic 10 at about 11 o'clock last night. Riley says the fire was confined to the pump room only, although portions of the hotel were evacuated for safety reasons. The fire was out and the all-clear sounded about 11:40 p.m. The guests were given the okay to return to their rooms. There were no injuries. The cause remains under investigation. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post. Here's Ray with weather.
Well, thanks very much. Here says breezy and cloudy with occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms becoming scattered tonight. Expect locally heavy rainfall possible. Southwest winds 20 to 25 miles an hour. Gusting and showers becoming south at 15 to 20 miles an hour tonight. Highs about 84 degrees and overnight lows of about 77 degrees. I was busy looking up some political gossip, so I didn't have a chance to refresh the weather radar here. I'll see if I can do that on the fly while I'm talking about it, and see if Michael Knight is able to provide some information based on the data as it chugs through on the slow internet this morning.
Yeah, definitely can tell you that things are looking a little better than yesterday, although a little hard to see that on the radar right now. But things, kind of moving through southwest, and you can notice now how yesterday we had stuff pushing down from the north towards us. Now it's not doing that. Now this is just the southwest feed being dragged up into what has turned into a typhoon very far to our north. Actually, kind of a weird storm system with the winds being so high, so far away. We had really high winds all night last night through here, as everybody knows. Still got some of these really heavy showers that are going to be passing through, but, just like it ramped up on Sunday, today, things are going to ramp down, and slowly during the day, we'll see less and less shower activity.
When is the wind going away? And it's winding in the wrong direction, too. I got on the road, did my run yesterday from about where you live over to where Frank Uggan was having a wave yesterday, and the wind was in my face the entire time. Heavy wind, too. It must have been 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I think we were looking easily at 20 to 30, and then last night, I even noticed as one of those rain bands moved through, we had some gusts, maybe close to 50 miles per hour last night. So, these winds, they're not going to change around until probably later on into the week. And so just for the next couple of days, they're going to stay out of the south as that flow continues to be drawn up by the typhoon. That is pulling away. So just things are going to ramp down as we go through the day today. And tomorrow actually should be a decent day.
All right. There is still a tropical storm warning in effect for Tinian and Saipan. I'll make that clear. It's for Tinian and Saipan only. High surf advisory in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning along west-facing reefs, and flash flood watch in effect through this evening. It's 6:14. That's news and weather together, brought to you by Bank Pacific, where others put branches, they place roots.
We get it. Gas and utility rates keep rising with no end in sight. But with Double Play from GTA, you can get an extra sweet summer deal that'll save you extra cash. Sign up today and get 50 megabits per second with fiber home internet, unlimited talk and text, plus 25 gigabytes of wireless data. And new customers get the first month free with no contract. Save over $500 in the first year and get extra this summer with Double Play from GTA. Conditions apply. Visit GTA.net for more details.
I like conditions apply. Here's interesting stuff for you at 6:14. Normally, I'd talk about the incredible bistek tomorrow that they got up for grabs for the luncheon at King's on Tuesdays. However, today, if you get your hands on a copy of the Guam Daily Post, they've got coupons. Buy any breakfast value meal, get one free. Right? Buy any breakfast value meal, get one half off. Buy any free crepes. Right? Buy any lunch or dinner entree, get one free. Buy any lunch, dinner entree, get one half off. Right? You just clip these, keep them in your wallet, and you're going to be a happy King's eater. Now, I believe that these are just for Dededo only, just for that location up in Dededo, but it's still a great deal. Find that on the cover of your Guam Daily Post today.
Offering state-of-the-art MRI, full-field digital mammograms, full digital X-rays, and 4D ultrasounds. FHP Health Center provides comprehensive diagnostic medical imaging with the convenience and access our patients deserve. Our highly specialized, board-certified radiologist ensures high-quality, patient-focused care with every visit. Call the FHP Health Center at 646-5825 and press 2 to schedule your appointment today. Most insurance is accepted, including Netcare, Aetna, and TRICARE.
Portions of the program brought to you by Security Title, when you absolutely need confidentiality in your real estate transactions.
Join Kathy and her team at Furniture Kathy Style for their grand opening this week. Their store is packed with fabulous furniture from brand names like Ashley, Klausner, Violino Leathers, and more, with prices that would blow your mind. Huge discounts throughout the store, such as their 4-piece bedroom set from Holland House, starting at $5.99. If you're looking for quality, style, and affordable furniture, come into Furniture Kathy Style in Hagåtña, open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Some of my favorite people bring you portions of the program, including MRE, Micronesia Renewable Energy, and APL, American President Lines. They're shipping the future.
The Ray Gibson Show. Morning talk that matters. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
How do you scruff a Unity pledge? I'm sorry. I say, hey, welcome to Unity Tuesday here on the Ray Gibson Show on The Point. That's 93.3 FM The Point. My name is Ray Gibson. Good morning, Kevin Kerrigan.
Good morning, Ray Gibson.
How you doing there? Good?
Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. And then our very close friend, personal friend, what's his name?
That guy.
That guy. Michael Knight is in the studio. He'll answer the phone when you call it 888-8255. That's 888-8255.
It's funny, we had the Facebook folks going, oh, it rained all night, rained all night. Well, yeah, if you'd listened, you would have known.
I told you it was going to be rain all night. It's okay, so it's going to ramp down. When we talked with Landon yesterday, he said things probably going to start clearing up by tomorrow or so, and we can go back to our kind of regularly scheduled weather for at least a couple more days now. And I didn't turn on the satellite thing because, again, I was busy looking for commentary and trying to get to a couple of guys so I could make sure that we had the requisite amount of political gossip going into today's show.
Yeah, and there's just not a whole lot down the conveyor belt, really.
So
it
nothing
like
down the Marshalls, right? So maybe this weekend, maybe overcast skies.
Yeah, I think Saturday's going to be a great day to get out and vote. It really will be.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah.
Booze Cruise, 3 o'clock, Petey. All right, I'll back up because I know that you don't always get a chance to listen to the entire show. Some of you have jobs and family and babies and stuff like that. So the joke was yesterday. We were talking with Maria Pangolin, and she is just excited beyond. She is an excited little election girl because we've got 54,000, and as of the last count, 54,034. She's at 34.
Did she?
Registered voters.
I thought it was 33.
So somebody must have come in. They must have said, okay, you're the last one. You're in line. When we close the door, you get to be the last one. And so 54,034 registered voters. And there's a lot of people talking about how great it is to see all of these young people that are registered to vote. And it is my contention here, and I'd love to be proven wrong on this, that they're going to be out there. They're going to be at the rallies. They're going to be at the fundraisers. They're going to be at the waves. And they're going to be out there. And that's my man. That's my guy. That's the guy I'm voting for. And then it's going to be Saturday, and they're going to wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon because they will have been doing something, fun the night before. It's Friday night, right? So they're going to be doing some fun kind of goof-off thing, and they're going to wake up at 1 o'clock, and they're going to look at their phones, and somebody's going to say, hey, Booze Cruise party, or let's go to the barbecue. It's starting at 3, and they'll go, okay, and just forget it, blow off the election. It's just the primary. It's just the primary. Right, and you get the older folks, so you get the people in a certain age group, ours, and they're there at 7 o'clock in the morning. They'll just wait patiently. They don't even bring their phone; they just sit there and just wait, with nothing to do, with nothing to read, with no internet. Just wait for the doors to open so they can be among the very, very first ones. And so that's my joke. That's where the line comes from. So if you hear me say more than a couple of times, Booze Cruise, 3 o'clock, Petey, that's the call. And that's what's going to change the outcome of the election. So, especially if the weather's good. Especially if the weather's good. You realize that?
Hey, if the weather's good, the turnout will be higher, no?
I don't know.
Yeah,
at the Booze Cruise or at the polls?
At both.
And what demographic are we talking about here today? We'll keep an eye on that. Because it's weather on Election Day, I suppose, could be as important as weather was on Liberation Day.
Oh, absolutely.
When they invaded the island. So we'll see what everybody's got to say about all of this. Now, at the top, I said, how do you screw up a unity pledge? And this is the entertainment of the Democratic Party. I love the Democratic, because when they fight out in the open, because people think the Republicans don't fight. Oh, no, it couldn't be further. The Republicans fight, but we fight behind closed doors. We'll knock down, drag out, but it's not going to be very, very public. You don't hear about that kind of thing. And generally, those discussions take place, and somebody will reach in, and there'll be a smack up somebody's head, and it'll be, okay, get back in line. Get back in line. Democrats, on the other hand, they're public fighting. It's just great. And so here, another example of this. They had the Unity Pledge signing yesterday at the Laddie of Freedom. And I got to tell you, the most colorful write-up, send-up of this belongs to Jeff Marchessault from the Pacific News Center. And if there was Kevin, is there an award among the journalists here for the most colorful writing?
I'm not going to get into that.
Because I think there should be a tradition maligned or a precept propounded. I don't even know what the hell that means. A precept propounded. Look that up for you. Could you just find it? You want me to spell it?
A precept
propounded.
Nice.
Neither the location of Monday's oath nor Senator St. Nicholas' dramatic no-show could be more symbolic. To the reflective Democrat, it might occur that a rejection of the pledge on such hallowed grounds is a rejection of the blood, sweat, and tears that party forebears have worked so hard to build physically, emotionally, and politically over succeeding generations. The giant Chamorro pillar outside the social hall where the pledge was administered and signed by a room full of candidates is the culmination of a dream. See, that would have been the place for the music. Yeah, I'll start again.
I was looking up propounded.
The giant, you're going to have to move fast. This is a Tuesday morning, bro. This is a Unity Tuesday. The giant Chamorro pillar outside the social hall where the pledge was administered and signed by a room full of candidates is the culmination of a dream. Are you going to be like this all day?
I was distracted. I saw flames on the TV.
Standing for cultural strength and unity itself, the Laddie of Freedom was the vision of the Congresswoman's late husband, Ricky Berdallo, two-term Democratic governor of Guam. And it was the Congresswoman who led the charge to make the dream a reality. And it goes on and on and on. This 3 pages worth of printout, Jeff. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. And all of this helps to, I don't know, make more concrete the snubbery that Mike St. Nicholas, congressional candidate in this election and Democrat,
he stood the same ground the last election.
A couple of years ago, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And Ken Perez, who is the
Mr. Democrat,
yes, says apparently. I'm going to discuss this with the incumbent chair. PNC asks, can you divulge what next steps you're willing to take? And he says, I'm a member of the CEC, and I'm going to ask for her to convene an expulsion committee. Dun, dun, dun. Or the dun, dun, dun thing would have worked. Did we find out what propounded means? Is that in, Kevin, is that in our style book? Do we have propounded in? I'm propounded you, dude.
It's right next to hyperbole.
Rich, buddy. Rich, 624 in the morning, 888-8255. Now, for a little bit more of this, you can go to Facebook because it's Guam, right? There's pundits on Facebook. My buddy Brad had put a post up. I think he reposted or relinked the story that I just read from. And he made a statement, and then Regine Bisco-Lee, who I believe is the chairwoman of the Democratic Party of Guam, chimes in. For Democrats on Guam and throughout the nation, we're all in this together, always works better than you're on your own. I have nothing but respect for Senator St. Nicholas. He's a good man, guided by his own compass, and the strength of our party is in accepting that far more unites us than divides us. Thanks for supporting Democrats, Mr. Hewitt. We look forward to sending a Democrat to Congress in November, and that's exactly what we are going to do. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that she will take up? Is she's okay with what Mike says, or will she take up the advice of her fellow CEC member Ken Perez and take steps to kick Mike out of the party just before the election?
I doubt that's going to happen.
Well, if you doubt it's going to happen, that's fully an entire hour of the program that I could do, just going over the back and forth of this political gossip and the dirty laundry that's now hanging, again, outside of the Democratic Party clubhouse.
They have nothing to hide.
No, certainly not. No. And to the degree that it's all playing out, it's all playing out right here in the social media and in the regular media. I just think that's a whole bunch of fun. It's 6:26 in the morning. Are there other items that we might find ourselves talking about today? Yeah, there is. You might have heard yesterday I was talking about whether or not there was going to be, and I didn't refer to it as a block vote from the Filipino community of Guam as much as I was talking about, hey, did anybody go to Iglesia Ni Cristo over the weekend, and was there anything subtle or overt from the guy in the front of the church talking about maybe there ought to be, if you are a member of the Church of Christ, Iglesia Ni Cristo, then maybe you might want to give a vote to this particular candidate. maybe a Dennis, maybe a Ray, maybe a Frank, maybe I don't know. And in lockstep, almost on schedule, I went to, I opened up my WhatsApp. I think it's on my WhatsApp. And sure enough, there is another Kill Death Frank Uggan piece that's out there. Yeah. And you know what? I don't know when it was done, and I'm probably not going to play it.
Who's got it in for Frank so badly, though?
I don't know. Some of the pundits think it's Lou and Josh.
And do they really think he has a chance?
Some of the pundits think it's, I don't know. I mean, it's what we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
what do the surveys say? What surveys do you believe? What's out there that's credible?
Could be because he's believed to be the front runner.
By?
Well, why would somebody go after one person in particular?
No, and I get that, but there's arguably, I think you could make the argument that based on the lack of data that's out there, that's worth looking at, that some people might say Lou is a front runner. I have not seen. I have not seen Carl Gutierrez as confident as I've seen him lately since 1998. Since the first time he became the governor of Guam.
Maybe this is all an attempt to, discredit the Citizens for Public Accountability practical endorsement of Uggan.
I know that they started talking about that, and that was the point of
but the
one of
video,
the
video
they had
came
a
out.
kill death piece against Ken Leon Guerrero yesterday, right? So today it's all about Frank Uggan pretending to be a Filipino when it suits his purpose, but if he's in front of a different crowd, then he's all Biba Chamorro. Right, Chamorro lands in, Chamorro hands, that kind of thing, and there's even graphics of it floating around on Facebook. Wow. But like I said, I'm probably not going to play it today, mostly because it doesn't hit my broadcast aesthetic. It's a good looking piece, but if I just played the video, it's another one of these things where it's got this kind of, I don't know, it's got that stupid piano organ thing that's supposed to make you think. It just the music in the background already will switch your bias against Frank and Alicia. And like I said, they're out doing their thing as politicians, waving at the crowd at Chief Kupua Park, all of that stuff. So I don't know. Is that front runner material? Is that something where everybody has to, or at least one faction of the Anybody But Frank organization starts putting together videos? So will there be another? If you're can I just say, if you're the guy or the girl or the group that's out there that's putting together all the kill death videos on Frank, can you do me a favor? Can you bring the deep voice guy that you ran before? I mean, the one with me on it, that was all right, because you could hear me talking with him about taking the lapse funds, giving it to somebody that eventually hired his son, right? You heard that. Yeah. So the other one there, and then there was another one with where it began to look like it was an ad for the Rodriguez campaign, which they say it absolutely wasn't and did not come from them.
Had a nice professional voice.
Yeah, and this last one is just, it's like the cheap way they do commercials now on television. It's all graphics and except in music bed, but at least those have voiceovers. This doesn't have a voiceover.
Oh, see, it wouldn't even work for me because I can't read.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. How is this? And you know what? How many people is this going to that there will look at it and go, I don't know what they're trying to say, because it's just the music in the background. You're right. I can't read it. So maybe there's that. So if you're the guy that's putting together all of these videos, can you please, if you want me to play them, if for nothing more than comedic value, then please put a voiceover on it.
We should make a poll.
A what? A poll?
Yeah. Do you want us to play it or not?
Well, I mean, I can play it. I play it, and maybe I could read it.
Yeah. No, and on the radio it would lose its meaning, really, because.
But see, if I read it, then people will think that it's mine. They'll go see Ray Gibson. It's a kill death piece now with Ray Gibson in it again. So I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud off the top of my head. It's 6:31 in the morning. We'll return to that conversation. So we got that's it. We've got the conversation in the front page of the PDN about a blocked vote among the Filipino members of the community, and in the back, that's the backdrop against the kill death piece with Frank Uggan talking about how he doesn't like Filipinos. It's going to be a fun time. It's 6:31 in the morning and time for headlines from the Guam Daily Post. Here's Kevin Kerrigan.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. In the headlines from the Guam Daily Post this morning, the wife of a military service member is petitioning the Department of Defense to reverse plans to decrease their cost of living allowance. COLA for active duty military members and their families stationed on island is slated to decrease by about 30% next month. The full decrease won't take effect until October. In her online petition, Jenny Dietrich, who lives in Jigo, writes that the cost of living on Guam is high and the COLA decrease will create significant financial hardships for military members and their families, including her own family, who she says will lose about $4,000 a year. So far, the online petition has garnered more than 5,000 signatures since it was published on Sunday. You can view the full petition online at change.org and search for Guam COLA Survey. The Guam Department of Education has received $750,000 in federal grants to perform maintenance at island schools and another $35,000 to help out with financial management. The grant awards were announced at a news conference yesterday at Marcel Sablan Elementary by Guam DOE officials along with Delegate Madeline Bordallo. Some of the schools slated for repairs are Agata Johnson Middle School, Ordot Chalanpago Elementary, and Wettengale Elementary. Most schools across the island will also receive fire alarm upgrades. The request for proposal for transportation management software and hardware intended to streamline transportation services at the Guam Regional Transit Authority has been canceled. The vendor was already selected as the most qualified when the RFP was canceled. However, GRTA Chief Planner Raleigh Pilipina said that the Attorney General canceled the RFP on the project after concluding that the procurement should have been a bid rather than an RFP. However, GRTA may not have the expertise to write the procurement on its own if it's changed to an invitation for bid. GRTA Executive Manager Rick Augustine said he could not discuss specifics about the procurement, although during the July meeting, Augustine said the AG was not initially involved in the procurement. He added GRTA is now engaging with General Services Agency about the recommendation to use a bid. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post.
It's 6:34, and that's iConnect time. They are the practical choice. Why pay more? You should be paying less. Efficient use of your telecom dollar, whether it's for mobile or internet or push-to-talk plans. iConnect is the practical choice.
My wife and I are really enjoying retirement. We hope to travel more to see our grandkids. But in the meantime, we're being smarter with our money. We switched our internet plan to iConnect and pay only $45 a month for unlimited service. Now we can video chat with the grandkids whenever we want. And our connection is great in Assen. Let's be practical. Why pay more when we can pay less with iConnect? Visit them at the Micronesia Mall, at Ganya Shopping Center, or the main office in Upper Tumon. iConnect is the practical choice.
Portions of the program brought to you by my friends over at Wendy's. It's time for the Wendy's break. Do you know how to make a perfect lunch? Try this formula out. Half a cup of fruit, half a cup of dairy, and a complete day's worth of vegetables and over half of your protein needs for the entire day. Wendy's new seasonal Berry Burst chicken salad has all of that in it. It's a successful lunch and more at Wendy's. Now that's better.
And it's very good.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they'll continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $3,500 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 475-4545, Upper Tumon 647-5626, or in Dededo 633-4473. Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959.
It's 6:36 in the morning, and I'd like to say welcome to GRMC as sponsors of the Ray Gibson Show here on The Point. GRMC Guam, Regional Medical City.
Offering state-of-the-art MRI, full-field digital mammograms, full digital x-rays, and 4D ultrasounds. FHP Health Center provides comprehensive diagnostic medical imaging with the convenience and access our patients deserve. Our highly specialized board-certified radiologist ensures high-quality, patient-focused care with every visit. Call the FHP Health Center at 646-5825 and press 2 to schedule your appointment today. Most insurance is accepted, including Netcare, Aetna, and TRICARE.
Subway has wraps. Wrap it up, I'll take it. It's that old Eurythmics tune, you remember? They've got these crave-worthy sandwiches, filling and delicious. The wraps loaded with meat and packed with flavors. Get yours today at Subway. Make it what you want.
Here at APL, our core values give the company its heart and soul. Whether it's connecting your business with our global network through our newly enhanced service or investing our efforts into giving back to the community, APL is committed to serving you. We humbly honor the opportunity to find innovative solutions for you and your business. To learn more about our enhanced service, call 588-4651 or visit www.apl.com/Guam for more details.
Now, later on, we're going to do headlines brought to you by Furniture, Kathy Style, and in case I forget to say it, Ben, I don't think I will, but just a reminder, their opening sale ends Sunday the 26th. So go and vote, and then go and check out Furniture Kathy Style. Make sure that you get in there and get a chance to see all the new stuff that she's got. New stuff arriving all the time. Anyway, 6:38. There's the traffic noise in the background. Things looking pretty good in between Estumbo and the intersection of 1 and 3 right now. That's going to change as soon as Ukadu gets into the picture. Do got a little bit of a slowdown over the Chinese Park between here and John F. Kennedy High School. Expect that is going to get a little bit tricky. Traffic building in front of Navy Hospital, that corridor that leads you from Agana towards Navy Hospital. You might see a line of traffic there. Oddly, though, not going to the Navy Hospital. Let me just re-look at this picture. Yeah, it looks like it's headed out of Agana Heights into Agana, maybe heading down to the court. Nothing major in front of Big Navy and Suma. I think now is a good time to start thinking about getting out of the office or getting out of the house and hitting your favorite coffee place and getting a little bit of a head start on the roadway today. That's right now traffic on the point.
Grilled salmon, petite sirloin. Can't decide.
What are you doing?
Making my top 10 list of favorite dishes at Ruby Tuesday.
You really need to get a hobby.
But I can't decide. There's no way I can narrow down so many classic dishes to just 10.
Then it's a good thing Ruby Tuesday did it for you.
It's the all-time favorites menu at Ruby Tuesday Guam. We took our most popular dishes and put them on one great menu for only $14.99. Hickory pork chop, Parmesan shrimp pasta, prime loco moco. 10 top sellers at one great price. Pick your favorite for a limited time at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
News to fill your mind. Talk to get it out. The Ray Gibson Show.
Just play songs here for a little bit and let the action take place on the Facebook Live. It's already getting fun here. See Carl and Jerry Gutierrez, Jason Lujan. Ed Wendicho wants me to have the guy with the deep voice say Ramon Gibson Show. Right on, buddy. I see Patricia Hughes, Mark Cruz is there, Big Sister Shelley, Mike Sinicolas, as in Michael Sinicolas. As I don't need to sign no stinking Unity Pledge. He's on the Facebook Live this morning. I don't think he's written anything just yet. He's waving, and I'll wave back just to send one of those things back in that direction. Dion Shinahara is there. Brad Hewitt says, hello, Michael Sinicolas. Glad you're here. Going to be a good discussion. Donna Kalani, Troy Torres, as in Cousin Troy. As in Cousin Troy. And his sole comment so far is, hi, pretty Ashley. But he didn't do it in all caps like I did. Let me see here. There's Brad is on. Roy Burgess. Derek Munya Kanata from the car place is on. Guam Auto Spot. Nice to see you there. S.E. Toby Camacho. I see Bill Pettit. Troy Torres chiming in on the whole Mike Sinicolas not signing the Unity Pledge deal. He says, honestly, I don't know what the big whoop is about. It's a piece of paper. Mike's cool. And note saying hi, Brad and Cousin Shell. Maria Alicia Guevara Tenorio is there. James Howard. Michelle Peer. Pretty artist. That's nice. Ken Leon Guerrero with a video that purported to be a video of the Unity Pledge signing and conversation yesterday. But as it turns out, it was a bunch of Three Stooges stuff that I can't play on the radio because at the very bottom there's a very naughty word there. Hello, Linda Perez, Tom Cepeda, Felix Regis, Lady D is there, Mary Park, Mike Martin. And anybody else who's new in here? Ismael Velez and Jeff Evans. Nice to see you there. Deanna Palmer. Half a day. What do we got here? Troy Torres says, Biba Kenjo Ada. Biba. What? Want me to play that video now, huh? And Lady D says, now, it wasn't bad enough. They're hurting us with taxing us. Now the ripple is including the military and tourism. They need to get their hands out of our pockets. All caps, so you can tell that the lady is serious there. It's 6:42 in the morning. And even though we didn't do the cheers thing, that's kind of the John. I had to get in there fast because the comments are coming fast and furious. And the more comments there are, the less of a chance I'll be able to scooch up to the very top of our Facebook live feed and see who else is there. So I had to get in and get in quick. But you're more than welcome. As I said, to me today, it's about the kerfuffle with the Unity Pledge. And Mike St. Nicholas did the same thing he did a couple of years ago and is not signing off on the Unity Pledge. And you know, so is it a good thing or a bad thing? Does that mean that he's a bad Democrat? Does it mean that he's not a Democrat at all because he didn't sign the Unity Pledge? Is that the concern from among people? Ken Pear is very hurt about this. I wanted to say butthurt, but I love Ken, so I'm not going to. But he's very upset about this and wants inquiries and it would not, I think, have a problem with setting Mike up so that he was out of the party.
I think the whole thing's ridiculous.
Well, but it's the whole idea. It can't be ridiculous. It's a Unity Pledge.
They need to get busy working instead of talking about how they're being unified and all that.
Notwithstanding Mike St. Nicholas. Notwithstanding Mike St. Nicholas, do you think anybody in the Democratic Party wants Ray Tenorio to win Adelup?
No.
Okay. Do you think that there are people in the Democratic Party that would like to be back in Adelup? We haven't had a Democrat in Adelup in years.
That is certain.
So is it possible that a strong and committed and unified Democratic Party of Guam, understanding that, hey, you know what, see what happens, come what may in the primary election, but there will always be a stiffer number of Democrats going out and voting in the election, right? Especially since there's nobody voting running against Ray in the here, right? So in my mind, it just seems to me that if they are strong and unified, yeah, you take whoever it is that wins the Democratic gubernatorial race by a vote or two or three, huh? And say, okay, this is going to be our guy or girl going into the election. Everybody else come in. Carl, I want all your people. Frank, I want all your people. Dennis, I want all your people. And don't you think there is a better shot for them to win Adelup back if they're unified? So therefore, you understand why this Unity Pledge is very important, and because Mike wouldn't sign off on it, didn't even show up. Right? Probably had his usual spot there at Teray, have breakfast and a cup of coffee. Yeah, that's for the other guys. Because he didn't show up. You ruined our Unity Day party. You know,
yeah, I got it that time.
We're gonna make you give back all of your Democratic pins and stuff. Better just go. But will the Republicans take him is the thing. Will the Republicans, if something happens to Mike and if he gets kicked out of the clubhouse, where will he go? I got to hang out with, with Jeff Pleadwell and the other independent guys. That's what you're going to have to do. So there's that, and yeah, you can tell by the heavy way that my tongue is in my cheek today that I am absolutely amused by the whole thing, and I will enjoy the commentary that comes out my mouth and comes out of your mouth as well. 888-8255 is the telephone number. Send me an email if you don't mind. RayGibsonShow@gmail.com is the way to do that. Read all of the emails. Might not always read them on the air, but they definitely will go on. And many times they will help form what my thoughts are on certain issues. 988-5874 is the WhatsApp. That's 988-5874. Now, as I said, there's at least another interesting piece going around, and it's, first hour's always political gossip generally anyway, so I don't have a problem going back over this, and it has to do with the kill death pieces that are floating around about Frank Uggan. There was one yesterday, there's a couple of them last week, and there's a new one today. Again, I can't really play. You know what? I'll cue it up in the next hour. Maybe I'll get it on the air for you in the next hour, and see what you've got to say. But with the caveat that if you're listening just to the radio, you won't be able to play along. because it's words. There's it's that everything slow motion kind of Ken Burns. In fact, if you're using Apple MacBook to make videos, that's actually one of those little filters that you can run. They call it the Ken Burns, and it will start with a shot of something and then move and pull back from that simple graphic. So and in slow motion too, and then there's words that come up on it. It's one of those things. It's not visually, it's not audio exciting, but there might be some visual excitement for people that really don't like Frank. And again, if there's going to be another one coming out tomorrow, I beseech whoever it is that is coming up with these kill death pieces to please put the annotator back on, put an announcer back on, so people that are listening to the radio or can't read can follow along with your hatred of Frank Uggan. Anyway, so there's a couple of other things that I thought were interesting, and one of them came to me from my very close, very personal friend, Kevin Kerrigan. Apparently, there has been some movement in the office of the Attorney General. Small, barely perceptible.
Isn't that interesting?
But it was there. So the Attorney General herself, has sent a letter to Senator Talena Nelson. This office is in receipt of your letter dated August the 7th, 2018, received by this office on August 10th, 2018, inquiring into the governor's nomination of Eric Palacios as Director, Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? With regard to the several questions you pose in your letter, the only matter that is appropriate for our office's response is an interpretation of the statute relative to when an acting appointment requiring the advice and consent of the legislature expires. It expires 90 days from the date of initial acting appointment by the governor or appointing official, excluding intervening weekdays and holidays.
Which means only weekends are counted.
This guy's going to be an acting boss at...
Till next year.
Yeah, something like that. So that looks like it might be a typo, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure she meant that excluding weekends and holidays.
Probably shouldn't assume. We should probably check the Guam Code annotated.
I did, yeah, and that's what it says. Yeah.
Okay, so it's excluding intervening weekends and holidays, so we don't count weekends and the 21st of July, right?
Yeah.
The one or two holidays that we have in there.
Technically, his appointment expires, September 7th, I gather. That's...
So another week. And in the meantime, I gather that he has invited Talena to go and hang out with him at the office.
Yeah.
God, that'll be fun for both of them.
She's yet to accept, but the invitation is there.
I got to do my hair. The remaining questions are either speculative or non-relevant at this time and more appropriately guided by Legislative Council pursuant to the standing rules of the 34th Guam Legislature and your office. They're either speculative or non-relevant. I like that. Non-relevant. That's a nice way to say we don't really care about the other questions that you were asking. Go bug somebody else about all of that. Okay, so that was one letter that Senator Talena Nelson sent to the Attorney General's office. The other letter did get a response, but it was terse. It was the one about, hey, what's the deal with Ray and the gun?
Sorry, no comment.
No comment. don't even have an inaccurate recitation of the Guam Code annotated.
She's getting responses though.
Who is?
Senator
Nelson is. Yeah. But still, we want more, and even the non-relative and speculative. I get it. I'm guilty of the same thing. I am absolutely guilty of the same thing. And people will say every once in a while after listening to 20 minutes of the show, go, he's fishing. Ray Gibson is fishing for something. What could it be? Oh, just the usual bunch of stuff. 10 away from the top of the hour. 888-8255. That's 888-8255. I knew there was going to be something. And this is just every single day. There has been something coming out of the governor's office where he takes an opportunity to use the apparently flawed budget bill to go after, lately, Mike Nicholas, B.J. Cruz, Regine Biscoli. In this one, though, he does mention Senator Frank Uggan. Right? And so they put this out as a news piece. Bill 323 shorts public health, MIP, and Medicaid. There's a shortfall in funding for the Department of Public Health and Social Services for operations and for some of the island's most vulnerable. Such dramatic language. Did you ever find out what propound is? Did we get the
Yes,
propound?
it basically means to just put forth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Precept propounded.
Yeah, so that means to put a rule forth. Precept would be a rule or guideline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if that was the appropriate music. I know I've started to make that noise with my mouth, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I
It's
saw a
sort
little
of
quiver.
vulnerable.
A little quiver in your, I saw it. Hey,
There might be... I'm looking to see... No, I was checking to see. I was checking to see if there was another place in this letter. There's more action than drama from the Governor's Drama Club. Several special funds under DPHSS that support important programs such as the environmental health were not appropriated. Well, that's bad. Unless you're a restaurant and you have cockroaches, then you're okay with them being shorted, right? These seemingly small errors can't be allowed.
Whoops.
Stop it. Wait, hold on. So we got a thing
proofreading it.
We got a thing from the Attorney General's office that didn't make the proofread because it talks about intervening weekdays, not weekends, and now this. And now this, a criticism from the same people that criticismed B.J. Cruz and the guys over at the legislature for the language in that one deal that was supposed to prevent them from hiring nose pickers.
They're busy over there. They got a lot to do. A little sympathy.
The seemingly small errors can't be allowed.
Just slip through.
It's what it says. It's right there, black and white, kids. Be allowed to slip through, not at a point where we are trying to balance the fiscal year 2019 budget to help ensure stability following the chaos created when Senator Mike Nicholas led a group of senators to repeal a solution and failed to replace it with a viable option. We found a series of errors in this budget, and unfortunately, following the chaos that has been occurring because of the lack of leadership, I don't know what I can trust. I don't know that I can trust them to find a way to fix this problem. Speaker B.J. Cruz and Senator Frank Uggan, who oversee the Legislature Committee on Appropriations, and Legislative Secretary Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, who loves calling out the governor. Absolutely loves calling. Remember that tantrum a couple of months ago?
Oh, yeah.
I got kids. I know what a tantrum looks like. There's all of this stuff that just makes this election year that much more exciting for me.
Thursday's the deadline. Action on the budget. We'll see.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced that BJ is going to go back. Right? I just don't get that feeling. When you interviewed him the other day, it didn't sound like he was that he would be excited about going back. And
Governor can veto it, send it back. He can sign it, or he can just let it lapse into law. We'll find out because he has to act by Thursday, close of business.
There was a scenario, and I might could get the guy that mentioned the scenario to me on the air, but he had envisioned a scenario where they just use last year's budget. They just take last year's budget and put, copy and find and replace where it says 2018 or 19, where it says 2018, put 2019. But I don't know what mechanism that would be that the governor could do on his own.
A lot more money in last year's budget than there's going to be in 2019. We'll see.
I was the guy that said that about this budget. Okay, we got hammered, we got kicked in the junk by Washington D.C. and you know what? It's not the legislature's problem. I'm not the guy that said that they should have jumped through hoops. I was the guy that said just let it go. And leave it to the administration to figure out where the cuts are supposed to be.
For next Monday.
Committee on Appropriations. Anyway, the governor giving a hard time to B.J. Cruz, Senator Frank Uggan, and Regine Bisco-Lee, charged with transmitting legislation, allowed these errors, which will have a profound impact on the budget. There's one more sentence where he uses the word chaos. Can I? The governor's authority to enact duly passed legislation is the people of Guam's last line of defense against chaos. As such, we raise these issues as we continue our review of Bill number 323. I anticipate there will be at least one more of these between now and Thursday, possibly two. If you're asking me for a prediction on whether or not the governor is going to sign it, veto it, or let it lapse into law, I got those three, huh? Didn't I ask the question on the point? What he should do? I did, right?
What's your prediction?
If I was the governor, you know, with all of these errors that can't be allowed to slip through, and all of the other issues that he's got with this is underfunded and that's not funded correctly or whatever, I would veto it and have the members of the legislature go back in and correct it and send me a new one. That's what I would do. I would be that guy. And everybody would say, but Eddie, you're being a jerk. And Eddie'd go, uh-huh. And my buddy Ray is running for the office of governor. And all you people that still have all of this time left in the legislature, you need to fix this problem. And can you imagine the chaos that would ensue if something like that were to happen? So the governor sends it back, puts in, vetoes it, right? Sends it back over to the legislature, and nothing is going to happen over at the legislature because everybody has got to run for re-election or run for whatever other offices they're going to do. What would happen now if it gets to be the 27th of August? B.J. Cruz is no longer in charge of the legislature, no longer the speaker. He's going over to the OPA's office. That leaves who in charge of putting together the budget for 2019? Therese, maybe get some workout time in there with Frank Huggen.
14 senators.
Yeah, and arguably a couple of them are going to be really upset because they didn't win the gubernatorial primary. Take your budget, you shove it, and that maybe is the scenario in which they just take 2018 and photocopy it, take out 2018, put in 2019, send it back to the man. What do you think? How's that for a crazy prediction? And would that not just be, oh, my God, that's life on Guam, isn't it?
Get up, it's Jesus Day.
Yeah, almost. 888-8255 is the phone number. J-Word is asking, good morning, Ray and staff. Can you tell us the updates on tax refunds? Well, there should have been $1 million stuck in the mailboxes yesterday.
That's right.
That go all the way to February the 9th. Really? I thought we were deeper into the month than that. No. I thought we were like in the 15th or 16th.
Let's look it up.
Okay. Anyway, it's on the thing. So there is money that is going out on a going forward basis at the Department of Administration. I want to say it's about 400 families that are going to be very, very happy when they get to the post office. So maybe that's you. Maybe that's going to be yours. Frankie Gutierrez is on. I see Karen Otowi and Chuck Tanner and Dave Torrey Huffadude. Kamaka Moylan Alston is there. Nice to see that name. And Nate Horn. Hey, buddy. I appreciate some of that newbie information you gave me over the weekend. That was
You're
nice.
right. It's through February 15th.
Okay. Lynn Pears and Andy Henricks is on with the Facebook Live. Beck Salazar, Carlos Barreto, and so much more. Hey, do me a favor while the news is playing. Hit the share button. There's a little link on the deal that says share, and that way you can share this with among your family and friends and let them know that this is the place. This is the point here where you are spending a goodly chunk of your day. Smile, wake up, get information, get some entertainment, and all of that. It's 7. Here's the news.
No clues from the jury. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Day 3 of deliberations at the trial of the former Trump campaign chairman. Fox's Jared Halpern, live in Washington.
And before jurors even began deliberations today, a source close to Paul Manafort's defense team expressed optimism, comparing the feeling to the run-up to the 2016 election, where everyone had been suspecting things would go one way, but then there was a surprise at the end. Manafort is facing 18 felony counts related to bank and tax fraud. Now, regardless of the verdict at this trial in Virginia, Manafort is on trial again next month in D.C. court on charges of failing to register as a foreign agent and money laundering. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. President Trump paying tribute to federal immigration and border security officers after some Democrat calls to abolish ICE.
We will not stand for the vile smears, the hateful attacks, and the vicious assaults on the courageous men and women of ICE and Border Patrol and law enforcement.
He also predicts support for law enforcement will lead to Republican victories in the midterms this November.
And I think we're going to have much more of a red wave than what you're going to see as a phony blue wave. Blue wave means crime. it means open borders. Not good.
Democrats have criticized the president's immigration policies as inhumane. Pope Francis condemning child sex abuse and church efforts to cover up the crimes, days after a grand jury report in Pennsylvania accused hundreds of priests of decades of abuse in that state alone. Clergy abuse survivor Mark Healy in Ireland says the Pope's letter today has little meaning.
The idea that sort of like he can bring about the end of child sexual abuse, for example, even within the clergy. Where does he get this from? I mean, we're aware that it is still yet ongoing.
Healy says concrete action is what's needed, not inspirational words. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Are you paying too much for power? Do you want to reduce your energy costs and save some money? Then call Micronesia Renewable Energy and get a solar energy system installed on your roof. Whether it's ownership or a zero money down program, there's never been a better time to go solar. Sign up in August and MRE will pay 1 month of your power bill so you can save even more money. Not a homeowner? No problem. Refer homeowners to MRE and get paid $400 cash. It pays to be an MRE customer. Conditions apply. Call 632-2613 for details. MRE, the smarter choice.
Kohler Power Systems are available for rent from Morico Equipment in Tamuning. 50 to 500 kilowatt Kohler diesel generators on trailers or on the ground. Call Roland at Morico now, 649-1946, or click MoricoEquipment.com. Kohler Power Systems are made for Guam conditions. Aluminum, weatherproof, and soundproof enclosures for Guam's tropical climate. Kohler generators can run all day with the correct size fuel tank. Call Morico now, 649-1946, or click MoricoEquipment.com.
The state health director in Michigan just ordered to stand trial on charges of involuntary manslaughter for the deaths of 2 men linked to an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease in Flint, the same city where a change in water source and lack of proper treatment caused a crisis of lead contamination. A judge says there is probable cause for a trial of Nick Lyon, accused of failing to issue a timely alert about the Legionnaire's outbreak. He denies any wrongdoing. Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson says it's unacceptable what happened over the weekend. 58 people shot, including 6 killed.
I share the anger and frustration that many families are having today, mainly because these acts are tragic, senseless, and cowardly.
This just 2 weeks after the most violent weekend of the year in Chicago, with 66 shot and a dozen dead. Johnson says police can't solve it alone and that stiffer penalties for repeat offenders must be enforced. A beauty pageant chief fires back after Miss America accused her and others of bullying.
Her Miss America chair, Gretchen Carlson, has denied accusations by 2018's crown holder Cara Munn that she had been bullied, controlled, and silenced. Carlson posted a statement on social media in response to Munn's complaints, writing, "I also want to be clear that I have never bullied or silenced you." Munn released a letter Friday addressed to her Miss America sisters, saying that Carlson and the CEO essentially erased her in her role as Miss America. Carlson says Munn's statements cost the organization scholarship money. Former Miss America Suzette Charles on NBC's Megyn Kelly spoke in support of Munn.
She was downgraded to appearances at a local Dairy Queen, for God's sakes.
Michelle Polino, Fox News.
First Lady Melania Trump just confirming she plans a solo trip to Africa this October. She'll visit several countries, no details yet, focusing on the issues children face there. Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Stay clean and connected with Docomo Pacific and mobile. For a limited time, stop by any participating mobile store and get a free chamois when you purchase $10 worth of Docomo Pacific prepaid load. Keep your car looking spotless when you go prepaid with the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. You plus Docomo Pacific, better together. Offer valid while supplies last. Some conditions apply.
Apply today for First Hawaiian Bank's United Mileage Plus credit card. And upon approval, you will be entered to win 2 round-trip business class tickets on United. You'll also earn up to 30,000 bonus miles, 5,000 upon opening your new account, and 25,000 after spending $1,500 within 3 months. And you'll get 2 times the mileage on United ticket purchases. Apply by August 31, 2018. Stop by any branch or visit us online at FH FHB.com. Terms and conditions apply. Sweepstakes starts on July 1, 2018 and ends on August 31, 2018. Open to legal residents of Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands aged 18 years or older. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Visit www.fhb.com/United Sweepstakes for official rules and complete details. Member FDIC.
Half a day. This is Jerry Gutierrez. Many remember how committed Carl has been to helping our people during times of hardship, disaster, and financial crisis throughout his years of public service. For Carl, it has always been about people helping people. He would like this opportunity to work on your behalf once again as your governor. I humbly ask for your vote for the Gutierrez-Bordallo team on August 25th. Together, let's make Guam again.
I'm Carl Gutierrez, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Team Sunshine 2018, Roy P. Duenas, Treasurer.
Security Title is honored to join in sponsoring Ray Gibson on The Point. Half a day. I'm Mark Benventi of Santa Rita, and this is where I start my day, listening to the voice of our community and sharing thoughts and issues that affect us all. It all boils down to our people, our land. Protei Igumamo. Protect your home. When purchasing or refinancing your home, remember to call the professionals at Security Title, just like you call Ray Gibson in the morning.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. News time here at The Point is 7 minutes past 7 a.m. I'm Kevin Kerrigan, and here's a look now at some of the top stories from the Guam Daily Post. The Democratic Party's slate of candidates came together yesterday at noon to sign a unity pledge to support each other, even if they're forced out of the running following this Saturday's primary election. Senatorial and gubernatorial candidates, mayors and vice mayors all took the pledge at the Latte Stone of Freedom, with one notable absence, Senator Michael San Nicolas, who is challenging incumbent Guam delegate Madeline Bordallo to represent the island in Washington, D.C. In a statement, the senator said, "We have excellent candidates in both parties and some not so excellent." He said, "It is irresponsible to pledge support to a group just because they are of the same party," adding that we should be encouraging people to support rational candidates regardless of party affiliation. The Republican Party of Guam's candidates signed their own unity pledge last Friday. The wife of a military service member is petitioning the Department of Defense to reverse plans to decrease their cost of living allowance. COLA for active duty military members and their families stationed on island is slated to decrease by 30% in September. The full decrease will take effect in October. In her online petition, Jenny Dietrich, who lives in Jigo, writes that the cost of living on Guam is high and the COLA decrease will create significant financial hardships for military members and their families, including her own family, who she says will lose about $4,000 a year. So far, the online petition has garnered more than 5,300 signatures since it was published on Sunday. You can view the full petition online at change.org and search for Guam COLA Survey. We'll have more news after this.
Here at APL, our core values give the company its heart and soul. Whether it's connecting your business with our global network through our newly enhanced service or investing our efforts into giving back to the community, APL is committed to serving you. We humbly honor the opportunity to find innovative solutions for you and your business. To learn more about our enhanced service, call 588-4651 or visit www.apl.com/Guam for more details.
Grilled salmon, petite sirloin. Can't decide.
What are you doing?
Making my top 10 list of favorite dishes at Ruby Tuesday.
You really need to get a hobby.
But I can't decide. There's no way I can narrow down so many classic dishes to just 10.
Then it's a good thing Ruby Tuesday did it for you.
It's the all-time favorites menu at Ruby Tuesday Guam. We took our most popular dishes and put them on one great menu for only $14.99. Hickory pork chop, Parmesan shrimp pasta, prime loco moco, 10 top sellers at one great price. Pick your favorite for a limited time at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
10 minutes past 7 a.m. here at The Point. The request for proposal for transportation management software and hardware intended to streamline transportation services at the Guam Regional Transit Authority has been canceled. A vendor was already selected as the most qualified when the RFP was canceled. GRTA Chief Planner Raleigh Pilipina said that the Attorney General canceled the RFP after concluding that the procurement should have been a bid rather than an RFP. However, a GRTA may not have the expertise to write the procurement on its own if it's changed to an invitation for bid. GRTA Executive Manager Rick Augustine says he could not discuss the specifics about the procurement. He said they are now working with the General Services Agency on how to issue that bid. Guam Department of Education has received $750,000 in federal grants to perform maintenance at island schools and another $35,000 to help out with financial management. The grant awards were announced at a news conference yesterday at Marcel Sablan Elementary by Guam DOE officials along with Delegate Madeline Bordallo. Some of the schools slated for repairs are Agata Johnson Middle School, Ordat Chalanpago Elementary, and Wettengale Elementary. Most schools across the island will also receive fire alarm upgrades. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post. Here's Ray with a look at weather.
Yeah, whatever. Where did it go? I don't know. It just, I had it. I don't have it. I have it. I don't. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. Breezy and cloudy with occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms becoming scattered tonight. Locally heavy rainfall is also possible. Southwest winds 20 to 25 miles an hour, gusting in showers, becoming southerly 15 to 20 miles an hour tonight. Highs 84 degrees and overnight lows are expected to be about 77. Sunset tonight at 6:49. Will sunrise tomorrow morning about 6:08. A couple of things that you need to know about. High surf advisory in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and a flash flood watch is in effect through this evening, so care ought to be taken when you're out of doors tonight. 7:12. That's news and weather together here on The Point.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they'll continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $3,500 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 475-4545, Upper Tuon 647-5626, or in Dededo 633-4473. Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959.
Buddies over at King's have got a bunch of coupons you can get. Front page of today's Guam Daily Post. What do you want here? Buy any breakfast value meal, get one free. Again, this is good at the Dededo King's. Buy any breakfast value meal, get a free crepe. How about any lunch or dinner entree with a free crepe as well? I am saying that, right? Correct? Is entree?
Crepe. Yeah, crepe. It sounds a little bit too much like something else.
Doesn't it need to have
word.
I know, but it doesn't need to have a thing like a apostrophe sticking out somewhere.
Probably
This one doesn't have an apostrophe, so I'm thinking it's just
there
crap.
you go. See, yeah, it should have that.
It's like the American word for the French word.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so they got these great coupons. Clip them, save them, and then the next time you're over at King's, offer expires September 15th. Make sure that you can take advantage of these between here and there at King's.
Medical City. We bring the healthcare advances of the world directly to you. We are an acute care hospital that complements your needs with our robust outpatient specialty clinics. From preventative care to critical care, we strive for consistent excellence at GRMC. Our core philosophy is where patients are partners, which means we work as a team to make a healthier version of you. For more information about GRMC, visit us at grmc.gu.
Portions of the program brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank, FHB, where it all starts with yes.
Security Title is honored to join in sponsoring Ray Gibson on The Point. My name is Alicia Blas from Agate, and this is where I start my day, listening to the voices of our community and sharing thoughts about issues that affect all of us. It all boils down to our people and our land. Putehi Igomamu. Protect your home. When purchasing or refinancing your home, remember to call the professionals at Security Title, just like you call Ray Gibson in the morning.
The Ray Gibson Show brought to you by APL, that's American President Line, Shipping the Future, and MRE, Micronesia Renewable Energy.
Morning talk that matters. The Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
I'm told it's the live Jerry Roberts. And today is a lucky day for you Jerry Roberts lovers out there. You get him double. You get him live in the studio this morning with the daily recitation of his extra point. You also get him in the Guam Daily Post. We've got him in the Daily Post. His article today talks about introverts and success on the job. introverts and success on the job, and critical, to our thinking, because believe it or not, as much as you might hear from Kevin and Mike and I, and we're out in the public eye and yakking on the radio all the time, this is actually the perfect job for introverts, because there's just nobody. It's just us. There's no crowd. It's 4 people at the most in this studio. So it's all right for us to, and we're all similar backgrounds, so that works, I think, for us in this particular job. Sometimes you see us out in public, and we'll be shy and quiet and reserved until we know everybody. And then it's time to show our junk. It's 7:16 in the morning, and we'll get around to talking about that with Jerry Roberts here in a couple of minutes. But first, I thought maybe a good idea to talk about what happened to the markets this morning. Everybody went back to work. S&P 500 in the green. That's nice, 2,857. The NASDAQ at 7821. And people in the NASDAQ, man, they're keeping track of this. It's like 3 days in a row. This is great. It's like around here, we do that thing with is it 1 day in a row without the Democrats fighting with each other. Oh, and the Unity Pledge. It's over now. 25,758 is where the Dow Jones Industrial Average ended up. 758. Are we going to see 26,000 here soon? Just saying. FTSE at 75.91. They're up by 32 points. Nikkei is down. Hang Seng is up. The Shanghai Index is up as well. And we're watching the DAX go up, but not by a whole lot. Maybe just a little bit more than 1%. West Texas crude at $66.60 for a barrel of that. And we're watching Tapas at $73.55 or so. So that's what we're looking at in terms of where the markets are and a couple of my favorite commodities. Now, as I said, there is audio on this, and it's not going to be great audio, but I figure what the heck, I've played just about all of them. The Frank Uggan Kill Death hit pieces from somewhere. We don't know where. I mean, there are guys on Facebook and social media that are watching all of this that believe maybe it might be coming from, I don't know, somebody in Lou's camp or something like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to out. I'm just saying that that's what some of the conventional wisdom is on social media, whether that's fake news or whether it's just a bunch of guys yakking in their echo chamber. I don't know. I got my own echo chamber I got to worry about. But this is the most recent one, and it goes good against the backdrop of something that we were talking about yesterday, and that is a little bit about the Filipino vote, and not necessarily all of the Filipino vote, the Iglesia ni Cristo Filipino vote. Because I am told that that's the thing about the INC is that they like to vote in a block, and it's not like there's a guy that stands at the pulpit and says, "Vote for Dennis Rodriguez." Am I keeping you awake? No. Okay. There's no yawning. Vote or vote for Ray Tenorio because he came to see me twice. Yeah. And or maybe that's all he has to say is it doesn't have to be overt about it. Just say, Ray Tenorio come to see me twice. Brought me coconut candy from Guam because he knows how much I like coconut candy.
And that's all you need.
And yeah, and so everybody knows to do the Our Father, right? That I know of. I don't know. I'm not a member of the church. I've never been to a service in that particular church. They're pretty. I know they have the pretty churches, but I don't know what goes on around the closed doors there. So again, this video against the backdrop of the potential that the INC might vote as a bloc, or the other piece of conversation today, candidates talk impact of Filipino voting bloc in today's PDN. So that's why this is very, very interesting today. And here it comes. Is there audio? There is audio. With apologies to people that are only listening to this on the radio, and it's going over some statements in here. Frank admitted that he doesn't believe that non-Chamorro should have, and then they faded to something else. This is not an issue of equality, but equity, said Frank Uggan. Even went as far as saying that we Filipinos need to shut up and accept the Chamorro-only vote. We need the collective acceptance from every member of our community. And then there's a picture of a story where he purports to be Filipino to get votes or something, for something like that. It's you can get some of this online. Yeah. That's not as good as the other ones have been.
Well, somebody perceives this man to be a threat, that's for sure.
See, that's what Kevin said. But the guys that I'm talking to that tell me that they have legitimate polls, and I know a few of them by name, so do you, suggest that it's still an open race. Nobody is pushed ahead.
I have not had even one person, except for Ken Leon Guerrero,
say that
they're going to vote for Frank, right? I have not had one person tell me that.
Well, they had a bunch of people on Marine Corps Drive yesterday.
I remember who the top vote getter was in the legislative race.
Frank always gets that.
Yep.
Yeah, Frank got it because Doris was out, right? And I don't know. I get it, but that is not always a good indicator of what's going to happen in a gubernatorial race.
Tom Atta?
There's another one.
There's another one. Doesn't necessarily transfer. But what's really interesting, and let's throw the extra point away so we can talk about this stuff. This is why I don't do this, because I get sucked into this stuff. See, I get to rise above, usually. But if I did get sucked into this.
If Jerry Roberts was here, what would he say?
There is so much crap that goes on in these campaigns. It's just, it's ridiculous, all the things that are going on. But, you have to realize, if Frank Uggan's name, and it could be somebody else tomorrow and probably will be.
No, it's been Frank. They've been going after Frank all week.
It's Frank week, I realize. But, and when it gets to maybe a couple of days from now, it'll be somebody else. But the issue is, somebody perceives him to be a threat, and they've done the numbers, and they're going for where they think he's vulnerable.
Right.
Okay. If they weren't going for the Filipino community now, they would be saying to themselves, he's not a threat in the Filipino community. They see a stronghold there, they see votes there, so they want to minimize him, and they think that's the way to get him. So this is the kind of stuff that goes on.
I find, but I know a guy, and he shared with me some information. I have no reason not to believe it. That said that it's if you want the Filipino vote, they have migrated already towards Dennis and Ray.
Okay. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, if these attacks are based on something, some kind of credible data that's out there.
But if it's credible data, then bring the stuff out.
Nobody
no
does
one does that.
They've all paid for it themselves. So they silo, and I get bits, I get little tiny streams of the data that come out on an irregular basis.
And it's so easy now. It used to be difficult back in the day. Because there was letters to the editor was really the only way you could do anything. Now you drop something on Facebook, it goes viral, boom, like that.
These are simply little seeds of doubt that are thrown out there and planted into the fertile minds of those who really have no idea what's going on. And you'd be surprised how many of those voters that would be.
How many undecideds right now do you think there are?
About 20%.
20%.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that might be high, but let's just say it's 20%. So, of the 53,000, how many are going to be Democrats? How many Democrats will come out?
I'd cut that in half. Call it 26.
Yeah, maybe a little higher than that. I think there's more Democrats than Republicans. I'm going to say 30. But let's just say now you have, if it's 20%, you got 6,000 votes that are out there up for grabs. If we're dealing with those numbers, right? Because none of Frank's people are going to, or none of the other ones are going to be impacted by this, right? So it's 6,000 votes, roughly, probably pretty well divided among the four. So how many people are going to be impacted by this, really? That's what you think. So how tight is the race?
They tell me that nobody has pulled ahead.
Nobody is. Four teams.
Four-way race.
I don't know.
A four-way race. What's to love about?
Who do you think is
all
pulled ahead?
Four of them?
I don't know. No, I don't have that. But to me, it seems illogical that you have four teams after this period of time that nobody has any kind of an edge at this point.
I'm not seeing. The people that I talk to aren't seeing it. Maybe Frank is good on some days. Maybe Lou is good on some days. But they all just kind of go back and forth. It's like a 4-track recording. Sometimes you got loud noise over here. Sometimes you got loud noise over there.
No, yeah, that's the noise that's coming from the campaigns.
As I said, and we'll talk to him later. But candidate and organic hack expert Carl Gutierrez is going to call in a little bit later on. I have not seen him this confident since 1998.
Okay.
And you remember how confident he was in 98.
He was confident the first time against Calvo.
But there's always a reason.
I mean, he came close. I just think that the race is more well defined than the talking heads would seem to think.
Okay, I'm getting a note here. Says the INC do not involve themselves in the primary. The members are free to vote whoever. Only in the general election will there be some kind of a subtle nod. Learn something new every day. All right. Okay. So where were we?
I have no idea.
Extra point, 725. Like I said, the conversation about introverts and success in the workplace, get that at the Guam Daily Post. But right now, live on the radio, Jerry Roberts with today's Extra Point.
You've heard it, and I've heard it. Two people get into a disagreement, and one of them says, look here, facts are facts, and they're indisputable. Couldn't be about politics, could it? I'm Jerry Roberts, and today let's discuss why even after getting down to facts, we can still be in trouble. That's the focus up now on the Extra Point. How is it that two people of reasonable intelligence can consider a series of facts, even what most people might feel are indisputable facts, and they end up with conclusions that are totally different? What, have we all morphed into politicians? In a sense, yes, and let me explain. Do people really argue facts? Not so much as they argue all the stuff that surrounds those facts. They call that context, the circumstances that add understanding to something that happened or perhaps an idea. It's those circumstances that allow us to see things with greater clarity, just like politicians do. It works like this. Fact, dogs bite. Context 1, trying to pet a strange dog increases the chance of getting bit. Context 2, packs of wild dogs endanger Guam's kids. So the conclusion would be that to avoid being bitten, stay away from animals you're not familiar with, and we need to reduce the number of strays on the island. When people argue about issues and the facts are pretty clear, you can first do a fact check to see if indeed both sides understand clearly. If so, you can assume there are contextual issues swirling around, plus the other factor now, bias. Our prejudices, as in prejudgments. We all have them. This includes how we were raised, how our parents taught us to solve problems. It's how we feel about things, how we see the world. Living in the Bay Area in the late 1980s, I was working out at a gym, occasionally mixing in with some pretty beefy airline cargo guys. I learned some good tips from them, and all was going well until one of them asked where I grew up. When I told them L.A., one of them sarcastically asked if I was one of those idiot Dodger fans. So my response was, well, everybody has to be from somewhere, and you grow up cheering for the local team, Wrong response. Makes sense, but not with them. From the moment they found that I had roots with the Dodgers, seriously, they weren't interested in me working out with them anymore. If I discovered a cure for cancer, they would have said, yeah, the Dodger fan over there got lucky. When you hire people, you might do well to ask about how they approach problem solving. You can even gamify the experience and offer a few exercises that expose their thought processes. Facts are facts, yes, but it's all this other stuff that we add into the mix that can really muddy the waters and lead to conflict. If you see that that's this at your place among people who have good intentions, peeling back a few layers of the onion might explain why people do and think the way they do. That's the Extra Point. Get out there and make something good happen today. For 93.3 and The Ray Gibson Show, I'm Jerry Roberts.
Jerry Roberts. Thanks for coming by.
My pleasure.
Thanks for coming and delivering the Extra Point live and sharing in our rollicking conversation 4 days out from the election. And if you want, you come back tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be something new to talk about.
I will be back tomorrow because this is going to be a raggedy week for me. I'll probably be here most of the week.
It'll be crazy. I think we'll find out today whether or not they're going to let Mike Nicholas stay in the gene pool in the Democratic Party of Guam.
What did he do? What did I miss overnight?
What? He didn't sign the Unity Pledge.
Oh.
The all-holy Unity Pledge. The Democrats have been signing since 1964. His grandfather and great-grandfather signed that Unity Pledge, and now it comes along running, and he's got the temerity to run against Madeline Zeberdalio, the queen of the party.
And now he won't sign a pledge?
And now he's not signing the pledge.
Oh, gosh.
It's bad. 720.
Can't we reprimand him somehow? I mean, just publicly flog him or something before...
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. It's 7:30 in the morning. I got headlines and traffic coming up after these.
You've been waiting, and now it's here. Furniture Kathy Style's grand opening after 12 months of putting together an exciting, delicious, salivating, full-scale, real furniture store that has absolutely everything you need for a beautiful home. Beautiful textures, up-to-date styles, and prices that will blow your mind during our grand opening. Starting now. Furniture Kathy style throughout the store. Bargains, bargains, bargains. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Furniture Kathy style in Hagåtña. Open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Hey, it's 7:30 in the morning and time for a look at traffic. It's ugly everywhere. I got traffic coming out of Salampago spilling onto Route 4 at the intersection there. You're going to slow you down. I got traffic building all the way into Agana. Virtually every road into Agana is starting to heavy up with cars. They're moving, but there's a lot more cars out there. And the rain is causing some problems. I got a note from Roy. It says over at Polaris Point, there's flooding. It's passable, but there's flooding. I think you need to watch out for the inside lanes there. All of Route 3 is ugly right now. Spots in Dededo, just before you get to Waisang Song, are starting to thicken up, and I've got traffic all around the Micronesia Mall. The intersection that takes you in front of 1 and 3 is starting to get thick as well. Expect some delays, 7:31. It's too late to leave the house early, so just build in some extra time. Call the boss, let him know you're going to be late. Swing by Infusion, get donuts, coffee, whatever. It's 7:31, and that's right now traffic here on The Point.
Don't wait another day and waste another dollar. You can start saving today. At Guahan Insurance Services, we are here to help protect your investment and save you money. We offer insurance advising for business, car, and home insurance. So come and visit us at our new office at Camacho Landmark Center at Marine Corps Drive in Tamuning, and let us show you that you can count on us for all your insurance needs. Call 475-1162.
Who's quoting scripture on the Facebook? Who is doing that? It's Deuteronomy. Elwin Chimpaco says, for the leading gubernatorial vote getter under immense attacks, fakes, shakes, he says, seek only the word of God. The Lord will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before you. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. That's nice. That's nice. Can I get you something to drink? Yeah. What would you like? Cup full of my enemy's tears. That's what I want. All right, 7:32. You know, that's enough. That's quite enough. Remind me in a couple of minutes. We didn't do the cheers thing last hour, so we'll do it now with the crew that's on. Not now. We got headlines to take care of. From the Guam Daily Post, here's Kevin Kerrigan.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. And the headlines from the Guam Daily Post this morning: the owner of the Wild Orchid Tavern in Tamuning paid $500 a month to a Taiwanese recruiter to bring women to Guam on tourist visas for employment at his nightclub. That, according to records in the case at Guam's district court. Peter Wong, now facing allegations of harboring illegal aliens. He's accused of bringing 4 Taiwanese women to the island under the visa waiver program and employing them as buy-me-drinky girls at his Tamuning bar. The case began August 13th when Homeland Security agents executed a search warrant at the Wild Orchid Lounge after undercover agents observed the 4 women working as hostesses and selling $20 drinks to customers. The women have already been charged with visa fraud. Wong made his first appearance in district court Friday, and the court appointed a defense attorney for him. He was released pending the outcome of the charges against him. United Airlines Chief Executive Officer Oscar Munoz made his first Guam visit this weekend to celebrate 50 years of service to the region along with its predecessor airline, Continental. During a news conference on Sunday at the Dusitani, Munoz acknowledged the challenge United faces amidst the competition posed by low-cost airlines. He said low-cost carriers have decreased the number of seats United is able to offer to the Guam market, but he said United is committed to Guam and the rest of the region for the long haul. He also cautioned that Guam won't help make the tourism market recover by proposing to increase fees and taxes. It's not a political statement, he said. It's just the reality that when you want more tourists, you don't drive them away with more fees and increased taxes, he said. A fire in the pool and sewer pump room at the Lotte Hotel in Tumon last night prompted the evacuation of some guests at the hotel. Guam Fire spokesman Kevin Riley reporting that engines 1, 3, and 4 responded along with rescue units 2 and medic 10. The fire was reported about 11 o'clock last night. Riley says the fire was confined to the pump room, although portions of the hotel were evacuated for safety reasons. Fire was out, and the all-clear was sounded about 11:40 p.m. The guests were given the okay to return to their rooms. There were no injuries. The cause is under investigation. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post.
What did the guy from United say? What was his? Can you requote that for me?
He said a couple of things. One of them was that low-cost carriers are putting pressure on United and, taking away seats that United could have offered because they're offering lower-priced seats.
What was the other thing that he said? Something about fees?
Don't raise taxes and fees if you want more tourists to come to Guam.
So airline guy said this.
Yes.
It's the same airline guy wants me to pay $6 for a beer. Right?
I ain't high, I'll tell you that, man. I don't do nothing, man.
I'm sorry. I should have gone to that thing.
Is that how much beer is on a flight now?
Yeah. And you're not.
I don't buy beer on a flight.
And you got to buy your own food now on certain airlines, right? I'm just saying. If we're going anti-fee, I'd like to hear more of that, Mr. Airline Guy. It's 7:36. That's iConnect time. They're the practical choice. They've got great plans on push-to-talk and mobile and internet and all kinds of great things that you need all the time for your telecom dollar. Stretch it out as far as it can go. They are the practical choice at iConnect.
Hey there, it's me, your stomach, down here, the one who can talk. Anyway, I was just at a yoga sesh with a few of the other stomachs, and mid-tree pose, everyone started talking about Subway's new savory rotisserie-style chicken Caesar signature wrap. It's a mouthful to say, I know, but with creamy Caesar dressing and double the rotisserie-style chicken. It's not the only thing that's full, if you know what I mean. It's me. I'm the one that's full. Because I'm a stomach. That's kind of what I do. Subway, make it what you want. Double meat based on average 6-inch sub.
It's 7:37. Portions of the Ray Gibson Show brought to you by Guam Regional Medical City.
Regine Bisco-Lee isn't always the loudest senator, but that's because she's busy getting things done. Regine fought higher taxes from day one. Her first bill sent senatorial pay raises to public schools instead of politicians' pockets. And she took the governor to court when some politicians asked for nearly $200 million in new debt. Want a senator that strengthens our economy, champions our environment, and protects our children? Vote Regine Bisco-Lee for senator. Regine Bisco-Lee, strong, honest, effective.
I'm Regine Bisco-Lee, and I approve this message.
Yep, there's traffic today. Like I said, we have it in most of the places coming in from Dededo, Waisang, Song, southbound Marine Corps Drive. Got a couple of spots where northbound Marine Corps Drive also building up, usually around the Chicken Joy intersection. I'm saying Chicken Joy because that's what it says on the sign where they're building me a Jollibee. And all of Route 3 is ugly right now. I just tell you that. It's you will expect slowdowns there. Route 16, making your way to Happy Mart in the intersection of 8, 10, and 16, also busy. We're looking at traffic building up a little bit in that turn in Mangilao, where you intersect with 10 and 15. Also, still slowing down on the way out of Mangilao on your way to the intersection of 4 and 10. In front of Navy Hospital, we got traffic in that direction. There are lots and lots of people trying to get in. Doesn't look like there are any problems down in Sumai. Doesn't look like there's too many problems getting into Anderson Air Force Base. 20 away from 8 o'clock in the morning. That's right now traffic on the point.
Sizzling hot, that's what our special summer loan is, with rates as low as 4% and amounts up to $50,000. You can use your money for whatever you want, like back to school expenses, tuition, travel, or paying down expensive credit cards. A sizzling hot special summer loan with great rates as low as 4% at Bank Pacific today.
Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots.
Eco Credit Opportunity Lender. Conditions apply. As low as 4% APR.
We'll get back to the conversations about unity pledges. But no, maybe I'll bring it up in this conversation. The question that Kevin and I were playing around with in the last hour had to do with what's going on with the budget. What are the options out there? And it's one of those things, you know, I guess I got to get retrained on this every once in a while, figure out really where we stand. The B.J. Cruz in the legislature, by narrow votes, was able to get a budget finally out of the legislature and something that they could present and send to the governor's office. It appeared like it might be balanced because they had gotten word from the governor's office that a request had been made for $78 million in Section 30 funds. As it turns out, it might not be getting close to those numbers, and that's somebody else's problem. That's left the legislature. Everybody knew that was a possibility going out. So it's on the desk of the governor's office. I'm sure that they made multiple copies for all the nose pickers to look at and say, okay, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem, here's a problem, and they have discovered many. They have discovered many. So what are the governor's options? The governor's options at this point, in fact, let me bring up a former governor who has, in his time, when he was at in the governor's office, had many budgets that needed to cross his desk, and I'm sure not all of them were perfect either. So your options, as I understand them, Governor Eddy can veto the measure, he can sign it into law, or he can just let it lapse into law. Gov, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Ray. You're right. But, you know, in the past, we always work out to the last minute as the 11th hour because unless some laws have changed, midnight on October 1st, if no budget is passed for the ensuing fiscal year, the old one rolls over.
And you could see something like that happening if the governor, to the degree that they seem to have been unsatisfied with funding levels. The note went out yesterday. They had issues with the funding levels for MIP and Department of Public Health and Social Services, things like environmental health inspections in the restaurants that the people seem to be loving. I like it. It means that the restaurants that I go to are that much safer for me to enjoy my meal in, and not likely to get a cockroach in my salad dressing. So I'm kind of crazy about all of those things. Are there enough of those where the governor would say, you know, there's just too many mistakes here. There's too many problems. I'm going to veto it and send this back to the legislature?
Well, then the legislature, if they don't override it, then of course, like I said, there's no new budget, so the old one rolls over. And unlike the federal government where your whole government can shut down, it never happened here in Guam. Well,
I don't know that this is certainly not veto-proof. It got out of the legislature by 8-7, wasn't it? Yeah, it's very narrow. So it's possible that he could veto it, send it back to the legislature, and put them in a position where they have to start all over. And there is also the possibility that B.J. Cruz might become the next public auditor, which means he would not be the speaker through that process.
That's correct, and he would be out of that office, and then you've gotten one more or less person to vote in there. But it's they can go with the old budget and continue to whittle away at that to update it, for the fiscal year 2019 expenditures. But it's just the fact that nothing is really going to stop, except that it gives them more time to be able to work out the estimated revenues and the new expenditures that the governor might want to put in there.
But it's also possible that you might be the gubernatorial nominee for the Democratic Party, and that means that Dennis and Frank. I mean, if I lost the bid and the only thing I had in front of me was dealing with the budget between now and the end of my term, guess what? I'm not coming to work anymore. I'm gonna sit around in my house, watch Netflix all day, and eat cereal with ice cream. That's it.
There's that too there, Ray. But, and in order for me to, when I was wasting means, I was the first one, and I don't think anybody else has passed it, but I've passed 2-year budgets. And so that there won't be an automatic 10% increase when they request for the following year. They work within that budget for that year and continue to work with that budget the following year, and do not come in and ask for an increase. You work it out so that you stay within that for 2 years in a row.
I don't know. I mean, the gulf is so big. It's $120 million worth of a deficit, right?
With this one now, it is, the gulf is so wide, and but I'm just not as worried some people may think because we're going to hit the butt up against the deadline on September 30. But there'll be those Section 30 funds coming in around September 21st. They usually come in a week, 10 days before the end of the fiscal year. But that's projected for the new fiscal year, and I suspect all of that, most of that, is going to go out for the rest of the tax refunds, and not be spread out for the entire fiscal year.
Really?
And that's what we're going to be facing in there when we go in after November.
See, I told you. See, what did I say about I haven't seen him this confident since 1998. Just real quick, and for disclosure, he came to me and reminded me about the Organic Act possibilities of going with the budget from last year. Former governor, former Ways and Means over at the legislature. Regardless of whether or not he's a candidate, he's also fully capable of having discussion with me on the air. And anybody else that's running for governor wants to chime in on it, you better know at least as much as Carl on stuff like this. Yesterday, the Unity Pledge, and I guess Mike's in hot water with Uncle Ken on this.
I know Uncle Ken should just step back. My God, we need more conservative people in the Democratic side. We don't.
No, you better be careful. You talk like that, he's going to kick you out of the party too.
Well, he can do all he wants to do, but it won't happen. It's not. He's not even part of the Democratic Party right now hierarchy, so he might be an outside advisor. But Mike has his own reasons, and in the past, the people have signed pledges and never kept up with it. I signed the pledge, but I remember in 1998 when I was challenged by Lou and Tom and Lou and Angel and Tito to please come over to Chamorro Village and sign the pledge because we need to sign this. So I went there and then nobody showed up. I was the only one who signed the pledge. so there's so much for that.
And remember, I told you this is the party that fights out in the open. It's not like the Republicans. We'll get together at a bar, signatures or Manhattan or someplace down there, and hash it out. And somebody's going to get smacked up by one of the old guys, and we all walk out together. Though Democrats will fight in public, and will fight over decades. As case in point here, and is it also possible that you suggest that Ken should stand down? You've had your disagreements with him. I recall when you fired him as Madeline's chief of staff, right?
It was a misunderstanding. We got back together. He became like the campaign chairman for Gutierrez Comatauto. So we put that aside. Life goes on, and Ken is a relative of my wife, and we're very good friends right now. His entire family is like my family. So there's no fight with me and Ken. It's just that Ken sometimes, I know it can really tick him off to see that Mike is still doing what he's doing, and not getting in the fold. But I'm just saying that don't chase away good people from the Democratic Party, especially more conservative ones. Regine Bisco-Lee is a very conservative Democrat, and that's the kind of people we want, so that we're not just Republican in name only, that people in the business community vote. They go down the GOP side and they vote because your name is under the Republican, but they're the ones that are raising the taxes and the fees and everything else. That doesn't seem like it's an ideological Republican.
With regard to one other issue, and I'm curious as to what your thoughts are here. You've been a victim of them, obviously, over the years, but it seems like there's a whole media now and a social media machine that's hell-bent to derail Frank's campaign. To the degree that you can talk about these things, where do you suppose that's coming from? Do you think that's, we just got the Unity Pledge conversation. Is that coming from inside the Democratic Party, or do you suggest that, do you think maybe that some of these kill, death, hit pieces, videos against Frank are coming from outside the party?
I would say it's coming from outside the party. I'm just waiting for someone to hit me pretty soon, so I don't know where this is coming from, but obviously there might be a personal gripe against Frank. I'm sure people already started to put some of my stuff out, but I don't believe it's inside the party. It just doesn't make sense for any of us from the four gubernatorial candidates to be attacking one another surreptitiously like that. Like we do our fight out in the open, but to do something like that and not take ownership, I think it's a chicken crap.
Well, as yesterday's video was, pointed out here, that was the one. It was a hit piece against Frank that was made to look like it was coming from Rodriguez's party.
Yeah, but they're pretty. And Rodriguez is saying it's not him, and we'll take his word for that. But there are people operating outside of the periphery of our own campaigns that might be doing it, and certainly we don't know about it. But they're very smart. To shift the blame to some other camp and not necessarily zero in on whoever's doing it. But if Dennis says it's not him, I believe him. I mean, so I don't think it's Lou either, and certainly not us. And I think it's somebody that really, Frank TikTok.
And it might not even be Ray's camp. It might be, you're right, just somebody that's out there that has really, really got it out for Frank. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Gov, I'm going to let you go. I'll talk to you pretty soon. I appreciate your expertise, your conversation about what may or may not happen with this budget. What do you think Eddie should do with it?
I think if he looks at this budget and it's not that much different from the 2018 budget, let it go through veto and work with the 2018 budget and go in and correct it more.
Work with the veto and have them go in and correct it more.
The 2018 rollover and then go in piecemeal and update it.
That sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and, I think it's easier to handle it that way than one fell swoop.
Or like I said, we could do it my way and just make the remaining members of the 34th Guam legislature go insane.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ray.
Gov, I'll talk to you pretty soon. Kiss Dan Tijer, 7:51 in the morning. Former Governor Carl T.C. Gutierrez knows a thing or two. Oh, is it D-Rod's on the other line? Perfect. All right. A couple of things. There's much to be said about the possibility of earned media. One of the other things I woke up to this morning was some paperwork from in my inbox from the Rodriguez camp purporting to come up with some kind of a solution to the drama, the passion that is the CLTC, and open it up even wider. Specifically finding lands that are available, not currently in the CLTC's inventory, but other lands that might be made available to non-Chamorros as well. Good morning, D-Rod.
Good morning. Up to date, Ray.
Well, listen to you. You sound like you've been cheerleading at your own rallies. Is that what's happened to your voice?
Boy, Dave and I we just finished waiting in Campo Bay area, and it was pouring rain, but it feels good to greet the people of Guam this morning.
It's always having done a little bit of waving earlier in this year, I can tell you how much fun it was, but it gets kind of tiring after about the first 15 minutes of having both arms up. So I think I understand a little bit more the sacrifice of doing that. One other note here, I don't know if your wife has talked to you about this yet, but your hair is going gray really fast.
Oh boy, yeah, they've been telling me that.
I mean,
it's okay because it helps,
You and I don't have that George Clooney hair thing, so we might want to talk to a hairdresser about it.
That's right.
I suggest there's a girl named Ashley who works over at Rosie Rouge.
All right.
Okay, she's the one that I go to. She's the one that keeps all of my stuff in check. Anyway, now tell me a little bit about this plan, the CLTC plan that you've got.
Well, if you remember Ron Tehan, he was my guy. He passed away a few months ago.
I do remember him. We're all at a loss.
Yeah, no, he was a great guy. He's with me since day one in the legislature, and he was a Chamorro rights activist, and also very passionate about our land. And so we're working. I actually have maybe the fifth draft of what he was working on legislation that would address the issues we have with Chamorro Land Trust with the federal government, and that's protecting those that already have Chamorro Land Trust land and providing the deeds to these lands. Getting the government to act upon it.
But does that I'm sorry, Dan. Does that include the ones that maybe got into these leases improperly? Because I think there still needs to be a view of justice on that.
No, absolutely, and so that's why God does things for a reason, and things happen for a reason. I don't believe in coincidence. And so as we're working on it, we were going to introduce it this term, and then all these issues have arisen about the Chamorro Land Trust, and it was very easy for me just to put it out there and gain some traction on it. But because of what has happened, I think the best course to take is for what is happening now. The review of all those leases needs to be completed. and looked into, and then moving forward, hopefully with the new term of the legislature, the new administration, we'll be able to address this potential solution to this.
Mm-hmm. Tricky. Now, you want to try to get it done while this legislature is in session?
Oh no! That's what I'm saying.
You have to win first.
Oh, absolutely. We got to win first, and then this is something that everything that we've put out there are ideas and potential solutions to things, and of course we feel confident that we're going to prevail on Saturday and all the way after November. But this is something that should be looked at, even after that, regardless of the outcome of the elections.
And obviously, you signed off on the unity pledge yesterday, as well as the other three gubernatorial candidates. Any comments on Mike San Nicolas, your colleague Mike San Nicolas, abstaining again from fixing his signature?
No comment on that. But the Democratic Party will all come together after Saturday, and look forward to challenging Ray Tenorio in November.
Okay, and then the last thing, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to repudiate it publicly. I did play several times the Kill Death hit piece against Frank Uggan that purported to look like it was from your campaign, from your camp. Yeah. It looked like it was something we hate Frank Uggan and you should vote for Dennis and Dave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's it's very bad. I could publicly say that. We have no involvement in that attack ad. We would never go down that path. And remember in January when I announced that I was running for governor, I said that when we talk about change, it's going to start with me, start with my campaign. And we will never go down that road. And so obviously it's our opponents looking at causing chaos within our party. And so but it's okay. People of Guam are smarter. People of Guam know what these attack ads are.
Okay, so we know that about you, though. I mean, I thought about it and I said, that's not Dennis. That's not Dennis's way. But are there people that are involved in your camp, people involved in the campaign that have a MacBook that have access to audio and video resources that might have been able to put that out?
Of course, anything is possible. But my team knows, our campaign knows that I don't tolerate that, and they would never, go against what I've given directions on. And so I'm very confident that it is not from any of my supporters, any of our team. We are very, very happy with the plan that we put out, offering the people of Guam the solutions. I'm very happy and proud of my record, and we're going to stand on that. And we believe we're going to win on those bases.
What's Troy Torres been up to?
Troy, he's the guy walks the streets with us, knocks on doors, and so. Just like I said, people try to make something, out of it. He's a friend of mine. He's a brother.
Well, no, I'm trying to make a connection without making a connection. I'll be a little bit more clear. Did Troy Torres create those videos? There. Let me just ask that. Is Troy Torres creating those videos?
Yeah, absolutely not. And so people will come up with their own conclusion. He knows my style, my direction, and he knows that we're going to change everything starting from us.
Okay. Last thing from Kevin. He says, last week at the GRMC Health Forum, you said that you're drafting legislation to require all health insurance companies to provide coverage at all of the hospitals and clinics. What's the status of that legislation? Has that been introduced?
No, we haven't. And, I don't want to make that look political. We have the draft ready to go, and we'll deal with that. I'm committed to addressing that issue this term, and so we'll move forward with that after Saturday.
After Saturday. Okay. That's the answer, Kev. After Saturday, you should be able to see a piece of legislation that would require all of the remaining health insurance companies that are still doing business with. Is that just in terms of them doing business with the government of Guam, or does that mean that they have to provide it even to me working in the private sector?
That's right. That's something we want to address, not just for Governor Guam employees and members, but for everyone, because I said it at the forum, that your health care, it's your health care. You should be able to choose which doctor, which clinic you go to if you have insurance, and not have anyone else make that decision for you.
All right. Listen, I appreciate your time, and I know how busy you are in the campaign. I appreciate you knocking out a couple of minutes for me here in the morning. That's Senator Dennis Rodriguez, candidate for the Democratic nomination for the gubernatorial party. Very confident, looking forward not just to Saturday, but work that he can do even after the election when that's all done. I'll talk to you pretty soon.
Thank you so much, Ray. God bless.
Good luck. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're really close to it. The radio station is KUSG Hagutnia, 93.3 The Point. My name is Ray Gibson. Got Kevin Kerrigan with news from the Guam Daily Post. What's that? The guy from Star 101, Blake Watson, and I are going to pretend to talk about sports for a little bit. And your phone calls at 888-8255. WhatsApp me, 988-5874. Emails, raygibsonshow@gmail.com.
Held over. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The jury in the fraud trial of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort continues to deliberate this hour.
Attorneys on Paul Manafort's defense team are optimistic. A source close to the team tells Fox, comparing the proceedings to the run-up of the 2016 election when pundits predicted one outcome and there was a surprise. The jury, 6 men and 6 women, are deliberating for a third day after taking the weekend off, considering 18 counts of bank and tax fraud charges against the president's former campaign chairman. Regardless of the verdict in this trial, Manafort is on trial again next month in D.C. court on charges of failing to register as a foreign agent and money laundering.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. Michigan's health director will stand trial on involuntary manslaughter charges in the deaths of 2 men linked to an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease in the Flint area. Nick Lyon is accused of failing to issue a timely alert about the outbreak. Some experts have blamed the outbreak on Flint's water, which wasn't properly treated when it was drawn from the Flint River in 2014 and 2015. President Trump paying tribute to ICE officials today with an event at the White House and calling out those who harass them.
In major cities across the nation, these open border radicals have blocked access to ICE buildings, to face public property, and threatened public safety.
Some Democrats have called for abolishing ICE after the controversy surrounding the White House policy of separating families who came to the U.S. illegally. Colorado prosecutors have charged the 33-year-old Christopher Watts with murder and unlawful termination of pregnancy in the deaths of his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. Authorities found the body of Shannon Watts last week on property owned by the oil and gas company that her husband worked for. The bodies of the 2 girls were found nearby. Wall Street, the Dow gained 89 points. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Grilled salmon, petite sirloin. Can't decide.
What are you doing?
Making my top 10 list of favorite dishes at Ruby Tuesday.
You really need to get a hobby.
But I can't decide. There's no way I can narrow down so many classic dishes to just 10.
Then it's a good thing Ruby Tuesday did it for you.
It's the all-time favorites menu at Ruby Tuesday Guam. We took our most popular dishes and put them on one great menu for only $14.99. Hickory pork chop, Parmesan shrimp pasta, prime loco moco. 10 top sellers at one great price. Pick your favorite for a limited time at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
If you can dream uncommon design and unprecedented engineering, you define the 2018 Lexus. The boldly designed IS Sport Sedan's aggressive design stimulates the senses.
Advanced paddle shifting puts the exhilarating performance of the IS Sport Sedan at your fingertips. With deep, luxurious seating, the ES350 offers an ultimate level of comfort, while cutting-edge engineering delivers a thrilling drive.
Put yourself in a 2018 Lexus.
Now with special incentives.
At Atkins Kroll.
A blow to the Me Too movement after a report that one of the women accusing Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault paid off a then-teenage boy who accused her of assault.
Actress Asia Argento, who was one of the first to accuse Harvey Weinstein of assault, agreed to pay $380,000 to an actor who accused her of sexually assaulting him when he was 17 years old. According to the New York Times, Argento arranged to pay the settlement in 2017 to Jimmy Bennett, now 24-year-old actor and musician who played Argento's son in the 2004 film The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things. Documents say Bennett met Argento in a hotel room in California just 2 months after his 17th birthday, where he says she gave him alcohol and sexually assaulted him. Bennett's lawyers sent a letter to the actress with the intent to sue for emotional distress, lost wages, and assault and battery. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Forecasters warn the entire state of Hawaii needs to brace for a possible hurricane. The National Weather Service says that's because of the uncertainty of Hurricane Lane's path and intensity. The storm is about 800 miles from Honolulu. It's expected to take a northwest turn toward Hawaii Tuesday or Wednesday. Even if Lane doesn't make landfall, forecasters say there could be rain, high surf, and wind. First Lady Melania Trump taking part in an anti-cyberbullying event today in Maryland.
I launched my Be Best campaign in May with a focus on the many issues facing children today. One of them being the safe and responsible use of social media.
The Be Best campaign also focuses on the growing opioid crisis in the country and combating its abuse. A new high for the Eagles. Their greatest hits album is now the best-selling album of all time, surpassing Michael Jackson's Thriller. The Recording Industry Association of America says the Eagles' greatest hits, 1971 to 75, now certified 38 times platinum. Lisa Lacera, Fox News Radio.
You've been waiting, and now it's here. Furniture Kathy Style's grand opening after 12 months of putting together an exciting, delicious, salivating, full-scale, real furniture store that has absolutely everything you need for a beautiful home. Beautiful textures, up-to-date styles, and prices that will blow your mind during our grand opening. Starting now, Furniture Kathy Style throughout the store. Bargains, bargains, bargains. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Furniture Kathy Style in Hagutnya. Open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Apply today for First Hawaiian Bank's United Mileage Plus credit card. And upon approval, you will be entered to win 2 round-trip business class tickets on United. You'll also earn up to 30,000 bonus miles, 5,000 upon opening your new account, and 25,000 after spending $1,500 within 3 months. And you'll get 2 times the mileage on United ticket purchases. Apply by August 31, 2018. Stop by any branch or visit us online at FHB.com. Terms and conditions apply. Sweepstakes starts on July 1, 2018 and ends on August 31, 2018. Open to legal residents of Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands aged 18 years or older. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Visit www.fhb.com/United Sweepstakes for official rules and complete details. Member FDIC.
Get a 20-ounce stainless steel Circle K Coffee Club tumbler. Just stop into any Circle K, sign up for our Power Pass rewards program, and after your purchase of 15 cups of premium coffee, any size, you get your tumbler for free. While supplies last, conditions apply. See store for details. Get a 20-ounce stainless steel Circle K Coffee Club tumbler. Just swipe your Power Pass key fob when you purchase Circle K premium coffee, any size, and after 15 cups, you'll get your tumbler for free. While supplies last, conditions apply. See store for details.
We get it. Gas and utility rates keep rising with no end in sight. But with Double Play from GTA, you can get an extra sweet summer deal that'll save you extra cash. Sign up today and get 50 megabits per second with fiber home internet, unlimited talk and text, plus 25 gigabytes of wireless data. And new customers get the first month free with no contract. Save over $500 in the first year and get extra this summer with Double Play from GTA. Conditions apply. Visit GTA.net for more details.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. News time here at The Point is 8 minutes past 8 a.m. this Tuesday morning. I'm Kevin Kerrigan. Here's a look now at some of the top stories from the Guam Daily Post. The owner of the Wild Orchid Tavern in Tamuning paid $500 a month to a Taiwanese recruiter to bring women to Guam on tourist visas for employment at his nightclub, according to records in the case at Guam's district court. Peter Wong now facing allegations of harboring illegal aliens. He's accused of bringing 4 Taiwanese women to Guam under the visa waiver program and employing them as buy-me-drinky girls at his Tamuning bar. The case began August 13th when Homeland Security agents executed a search warrant at the Wild Orchid Lounge after undercover agents observed the 4 women working as hostesses and selling $20 drinks to customers. The women have already been charged with visa fraud. Wong made his first appearance in district court Friday, and the court appointed a defense attorney for him. He was released pending the outcome of the charges against him. The Democratic Party's slate of candidates came together yesterday at noon to sign a unity pledge to support each other, even if they're forced out of the running following this Saturday's primary election. Senatorial and gubernatorial candidates, mayors and vice mayors, all took the pledge at the Laddie Stone of Freedom, with one notable absence. Senator Michael San Nicolas, who is challenging incumbent Guam delegate Madeline Brodallo to represent the island in Washington, D.C. In a statement, the senator said, "We have excellent candidates in both parties and some not so excellent." He said, "It is irresponsible to pledge support to a group just because they are of the same party," adding that we should be encouraging people to support rational candidates regardless of party affiliation. The Republican Party of Guam's candidates signed their own unity pledge last Friday. We'll have more news after this.
Howdy, folks. Just when you thought our famous KFC Crispy Strips couldn't get any better, introducing the new KFC Fold-Its. KFC Crispy Strips on a soft flatbread sandwich with lettuce and tomatoes. And all for $5 with fries. $5? Woo! Yes, $5 Fold-Its, and it comes with your favorite KFC fries. KFC Fold-Its for limited time only. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Sizzling hot, that's what our special summer loan is, with rates as low as 4% and amounts up to $50,000. You can use your money for whatever you want, like back to school expenses, tuition, travel, or paying down expensive credit cards. A sizzling hot special summer loan with great rates as low as 4% at Bank Pacific today.
Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots.
Equal credit opportunity lender. Conditions apply. As low as 4% APR.
11 minutes past 8 a.m. here at The Point. The wife of a military service member is petitioning the Department of Defense to reverse plans to decrease their cost of living allowance. COLA for active duty military members and their families stationed here on island is slated to decrease by 30% in September. The full decrease will take effect in October. In her online petition, Jenny Dietrich, who lives in Jigo, writes that the cost of living on Guam is high and the COLA decrease will create significant financial hardships for military members and their families, including her own family, who she says will lose about $4,000 a year. So far, the online petition has garnered more than 5,000 signatures since it was published on Sunday. You can view the full petition online at change.org and search for Guam COLA Survey. United Airlines Chief Executive Officer Oscar Munoz made his first Guam visit this past weekend to celebrate 50 years of service to the region along with its predecessor airline, Continental. During a news conference Sunday at the Dusitani, Munoz acknowledged the challenge United faces amidst the competition posed by low-cost airlines. He said low-cost carriers have decreased the number of seats that United is able to offer to the Guam market, but he said United is committed to Guam and the rest of the region for the long haul. He also cautioned that Guam won't help make the tourism market recover by proposing to increase fees and taxes. It's not a political statement, he said. It's just the reality that when you want more tourists, you don't drive them away with more fees and increased taxes, he said. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post. Right now with a look at weather.
Yay, it's breezy and cloudy today with occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms becoming scattered tonight. Locally heavy rainfall is possible as well. Southwest winds 20 to 25 miles an hour, getting gusty in showers. Watch out for that. Becoming southerly 15 to 20 miles an hour tonight with the daytime highs expected to be about 84 degrees. God, you know, if it wasn't for the rain, that would be perfect running weather. Or the wind, that would be perfect running weather. Lows about 77 degrees. Sunset tonight at 6:50. Sunrise tomorrow morning about 6:08. And looking at the satellite map, but Mike likes to look at the radar map, so we'll switch over to that first. High surf advisory in effect until 6 o'clock Wednesday along west-facing reefs, and a flash flood watch is in effect through this evening. Got word that the typhoon watch has been lifted for the North Islands.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah, I haven't heard that yet. But looking at radar here, actually some encouraging signs on the radar. This rain band, this southwesterly monsoon feeder band, seems to be lifting northward now to go along with the storm. So we're actually on the southern end of the main feed. Now there's another feed and that's down below us, but things being what they are, as the storm pulls away, its effects are going to be lessened further away, so it may not pull that second rain band through. So it looks like things will probably be wrapping up through the day today, but we can expect just more waves of rain and some gusty winds and those showers throughout the day, and still some flooding in spots, you know, those usual flood-prone areas. So, you know, it's been bad, but it's going to get better. Tomorrow should be a much better day.
Love and Wednesday. Love and Wednesday. Got a lot going on tomorrow. 8:13 in the morning. That's news and weather together here on The Point.
Are you paying too much for power? Do you want to reduce your energy costs and save some money? Then call Micronesia Renewable Energy and get a solar energy system installed on your roof. Whether it's ownership or a zero money down program, there's never been a better time to go solar. Sign up in August and MRE will pay 1 month of your power bill so you can save even more money. Not a homeowner? No problem. Refer homeowners to MRE and get paid $400 cash. It pays to be an MRE customer. Conditions apply. Call 632-2613 for details. MRE, the smarter choice.
It's what time now? 8:14 in the morning. Time to start thinking about lunch over at King's, or maybe a dinner over at King's, or maybe breakfast over at King's. Here's the thing. I want you to pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post, and glued to my copy of the Guam Daily Post was a bunch of coupons that you can take out. Buy any breakfast value meal, get one free. How about buy any lunch or dinner entree at King's in Dededo and get another one free? How about lunch or dinner and get a free crepe? Huh? Breakfast, get a free. There's all these coupons, but they're only good till the 15th or so. So make sure that you get yours today from the front cover of today's Guam Daily Post.
Kohler Power Systems are available for rent from Morico Equipment in Tamuning. 50 to 500 kilowatt Kohler diesel generators on trailers or on the ground. Call Roland at Morico now, 649-1946, or click MoricoEquipment.com. Kohler Power Systems are made for Guam conditions. Aluminum, weatherproof, and soundproof enclosures for Guam's tropical climate. Kohler generators can run all day with the correct size fuel tank. Call Morico now, 649-1946, or click MoricoEquipment.com.
Currently 8:15 portions of the program brought to you by my friends over at Security Title. When you're having a hard time and trying to figure out just what do I need to know about being in the real estate game and buying a house or selling a house, I'd call Kim and Ron first and let them guide you through that process from Security Title.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they'll continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $3,500 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 475-4545, Upper Tuon 647-5626, or in Dededo 633-4473. Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959.
What is the easiest way to get your dose of antioxidant-rich berries without spending a lot of money for it? Wendy's Berry Burst Chicken Salad. It has hand-chopped lettuce sprinkled with fresh strawberries, juicy blueberries, crumbly feta cheese, and sea-salted toasted almonds, plus freshly grilled chicken. I don't do grilled chicken. I like it spicy and crunchy, so I want these spicy chicken breast from Wendy's. They'll put that on for no problem. Summer berries are in season at Wendy's. Now that's better.
Stay clean and connected with Docomo Pacific and mobile. For a limited time, stop by any participating mobile store and get a free chamois when you purchase $10 worth of Docomo Pacific prepaid load. Keep your car looking spotless when you go prepaid with the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. You plus Docomo Pacific, better together. Offer valid while supplies last. Some conditions apply.
Okay, just FYI, I'm looking at southbound traffic from about the intersection where the new farmers market is all the way down to St. John's. Traffic is moving slow in that direction. Coming out of Route 3, also moving slow. 8, 10, and 16 from past the post office, from almost where the post office is, right? Yeah, that area is starting to look snotty right up until you get to about Happy Mart. 8:17 in the morning. Other parts of the program brought to you by APL, that's short for American President Lines, and Micronesia Renewable Energy.
Ray Gibson brings you closer to the action. Any speaker, anytime. Morning talk that matters.
Oh, man, I'm getting all kinds of crazy stuff in my inbox now. Thank you. Really, thank you very much. I just, 2 words, metadata. Or is that one word? It's one word? No, it's not a hyphen. It's just metadata. Okay, so one word is metadata, right? Okay. All right, 888-8255, or use the what do you call it, the WhatsApp, 988-5874. That's 988-5874, and we'll get down to the nitty-gritty on all kinds of stuff, but it's 8:18 in the morning, and a place where we normally like to put Sports with Blake.
I didn't blind you, did I?
No.
I was trying to turn my. For some reason, I don't normally like putting flash on my camera on my phone, and I realized it was on. I was trying to turn it off, and I think I got you.
Okay, so I have a completely other issue. I like having the flash on my phone.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but constantly find that I have to turn it on. So I think there's like some kind of a demon. Devil that when I'm sleeping makes it so that it
turns it off.
Yes,
I think that happens too because
right.
There are, and actually I think it was on because normally I don't like having it on, but because the weather has been what it is, and my house is I keep it kind of dark anyway. So I was taking pictures of baby the other day, and I needed the flash because the weather made it all dark. There was no sunshine or any natural
wake up the baby
lights.
with the flash. That's nice.
Yeah. So I was trying to turn it off. So I don't know. I think there is something to that because there's been times where I've done either or. I've turned it on and it's been off, or then I've turned it off and it needed it on, and somehow the phone did it itself. So I don't know.
It's a crazy, crazy world that we live in.
It is. We have sports.
Mike St. Nicholas just sent me something.
Did he? Was it free cotton candy?
No. Do you think that'll get him elected? Do you think that's a thing?
Can't hurt. You know,
yes.
my sister.
We used to. Yeah, so this is the way I've in my life, and I've told you this. I've programmed radio stations, and I use a thing called the Titanic theory. Women and children first.
Oh, okay, right.
Women and children first, because you get a lot of women listening to the radio station. The guys will come along, and you take care of the kids, and you always guarantee that the women are going to be there.
The parents,
right?
Get the kids, you get the parents.
Exactly. So that's it used to be. It might still be successful. I don't know, but anyway, that's the fun. So if Mike's thing is, we get a whole lot of mommy voters out there. By attracting their kids,
the cotton candy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And when mommy goes home and says, "We're voting for Mike," honey, listen, Mike St. Nicholas. That's who we're voting for.
St. Nicholas.
Do you see the kid's not crying? You know why? Mike St. Nicholas. He's going to give us for forever and ever. There's going to be cotton candy from Washington D.C. From
never mind that the
from
kid
Washington
didn't go to
D.C.
sleep till midnight.
Mike St. Nicholas. That's not Mike's problem.
No.
Not Mike's problem. Mike's problem is got to find enough colored sugar. That's it.
That's it. And serve it for free.
Mike, why cotton candy? Why couldn't you have gone with something else?
Inquiring minds.
My sister sent me a video the other day of how raccoons watch their food before they eat it. And it was a Japanese game show. So they gave they left some cotton candy out for raccoons. They dip it in the stream to wash it, and when they dip in the stream, they look and it goes away immediately. The raccoon cannot figure out why it's cotton candy dissolved on. It's a funny video if you haven't seen it. It's actually been sent to me a couple times, where they gave a raccoon cotton candy to wash and it just disappears.
Okay. So wait, let me see if I can. No, I'm gonna do the search. I'm on YouTube now. I'll go to YouTube and do a search for raccoon cotton candy.
Raccoon cotton candy.
Okay.
It should come up.
I had some animal lovers, which I am as well, and they were like, "Oh, that's so mean," and I'm like, "Well,
Shut
no,
up!
it would have been meaner if you had fed it to him because
it's that second one, the 7-second one.
It's only 7
they're
seconds.
Not supposed to eat candy.
Okay,
it's not good.
All right.
Like dogs or
is there audio on this?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out together. This is the
he puts it there and it immediately it's a funny one. That's a good one.
Okay, so for anybody that's actually watching, whose video is this going to be now? I clicked into something else. I thought I reset it, and now it's gone into somebody's.
Guam Visitors Bureau.
Is it a GVB ad?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, it's a Visit Guam ad. I know that guy. I know those guys.
It's actually rather well done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the same people that are doing the the kill death pieces against.
No, because this had much more substance.
I think.
Yeah.
Showing the native costumes and stuff.
Oh, it's
which
great.
brings the tourists out here. What do they see? Is Micronesians in basketball shorts up and down Tumon.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And military.
With
people.
fanny packs on. And they're wearing them the wrong way. They got fanny packs on like it's a bandolier.
It's 8:23 in the morning. Is there sports today?
There is. This one, though, I thought would pique your interest. Beer mile world record holder Corey Belmore ran a 4-minute, 24.4-minute beer mile. But it was set back and erased by officials. He disqualified for leaving 4.5 ounces of beer behind. For those unfamiliar with the beer
that's a
mile,
lot of beer.
I know.
That's a swallow and a half.
He basically was trying to chug, and then whatever just didn't make it, he just left. For those unfamiliar, by the way, with the rules, the beer mile, runners must drink a beer for every lap on a 400-meter track for a mile. The beer must be 5% or higher in alcohol concentration and chugged from a 12-ounce can or bottle that has not been altered. 4 beers consumed for 4 laps. No vomiting is permitted. Unconsumed beer left in a runner's bottle must be less than 4 ounces. And due to the disqualification, Corey Belmore and several other top 10 finishers for rule violations, that leaves Dale Clutterbuck of Great Britain. He takes home the title, and this is actually a big deal.
What was the time?
His time was 4 minutes, 50 seconds, according to official results. He was the only runner to finish under 5 minutes without any violations, and this is what is pretty remarkable. I think it's been like 8 years in a row. It is England's first world championship win in the beer mile.
So they finally won something, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Bully!
Yes.
Bully!
Yes, yeah. So England finally won the beer mile.
People ask, why Reebok makes shoes, and I say, well, it's a British shoe company, right? And yeah, because of all of those gold medals that the Brits have won in races. Okay, not so much. I guess it's 8:25.
They're not very speedy.
Well, but hey, listen, I'll tell you what, 4 minutes, 50 seconds to run a mile, period. All right, that's booking it. That's, I can't do that. I might know 2 or 3 people total in the world, in my world, that can hit that kind of number. And then they've got to be stopping and drinking beer at the same time.
Right. Right. That's the word. That's the hardest part of the whole thing.
And for some people, that's the challenge of doing it. Here's a sort of sports story. A New Zealand woman used a bike to go to the hospital to give birth. A New Zealand politician, of course it's a politician, cycled to the hospital to give birth to her first child. Julie Gentner, who's 38 and who was at 42 weeks along, said she went by bicycle to be induced because, quote, there wasn't enough space in the car for her support crew. She posted pictures on Instagram of her and her partner enjoying the beautiful Sunday morning ride to the hospital where she gave birth.
Wait, but there surely wasn't enough room on the bike for her support crew. So either way, the support crew wasn't going. So
it's a politician. They just make up a story.
So she forewent comfort to just ride alone anyway?
Do we want to get in trouble with women?
No. Is always the answer to that, right?
The average woman owns at least 20 pairs of shoes, but only wears 5 of them. 90% of women say they have a pair that they have that has never left the closet.
I'm trying to think about my house.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to change the subject. You don't want to say anything.
No, I'm trying to think about my house. You know what? That actually doubles. I think that goes as well for clothes because she doesn't have that many shoes, and she wears all the ones she does have. But she has clothes, still have the tags on it since I met her. And I think that was like 2012.
Yeah, well, my Emily thinks she's freaking Imelda Marcos.
Really? Is a little
dude, she has a whole room, a whole closet, a room. I mean, in the back of the house.
Is Mulligan Young in there, right?
Oh, dude.
Oh, I thought you meant by like just
sidestepping danger.
That too.
Yeah,
but I'm wondering if the same or something similar can be said about guys. See, this is my way of not getting in trouble.
Usually,
with chicks.
it's hats with guys.
That's true for me.
Yeah. Okay, so a running buddy of mine, right? He's got a running shoe fetish, and so I'm not going to say who, Dave, but everybody knows. Nice. And so Dave will go out and find himself a new pair of shoes, and it's not like Nikes and New Balance and Sauconys and things like that. He goes and finds these exotic shoes, and will either love them after he's worn them, or try them on and go, I hate them, and then stick them in the closet and never race with him.
I wish I had that. Dave's not here.
I have a pair of moccasins, but I don't wear them because I think people would make fun of me.
They would.
They would. We totally would.
So there you go. So I guess it does work for guys too. So they've never left the closet. They were a gift a few years ago at Christmas, and they have never worn them.
I'm not sure about the shoes you wear anyway.
They have tassels. I'm wearing boots today. They have
I have
tassels.
2 pair of shoes. I'm wearing one, and the other is a pair of sandals. That's all you'll see me in.
Yeah, see, I do. Yeah, you're talking about the Birkenstocks with socks.
And I got a friend. He's writing in. I actually own way more than 20, but 5 sounds about right.
It's about right.
Just looking for the occasion, looking for the perfect. I need these shoes. I need this gun. I need this ham radio equipment. I need this. I need that. Are you ever going to use it? No.
No. I collect those little Funko Pops, too.
I got these guns. I haven't shot
anybody.
anybody.
Them in the shelf.
What kind of gun owner are you anyway, man?
Suck.
Keeping the gun safe by your side.
Maybe you could set up some cans outside in your driveway.
Let's do it here.
Yeah, or here, out here in the back. It's a sport, right? Also want to let you know, too, as far as local sports goes, because there's not much. Just wanted to pass on this announcement really quickly. Those interested in the fall 2018 cycle of the United Airlines Guam Football Association Center of Excellence, you can go online to register. The cycle is open to all youth players born between 04 and 09. So check them out. Check them out, guamfa.com. They've got some registration stuff going on just ahead of their youth league, which is coming up here within the next month.
Okay.
So that's, just wanted to pass that last announcement along.
See, the problem is we got all this conversation. There is sports, there is stuff that's out there, but it all pales in comparison to what will happen the next 4 days. It's the great indoor sport of politics.
It's going to be fun.
Which I am loving.
You know what I'm loving? I'm loving that the commercials are very entertaining. That it seems like for this year more so in the past they're actually kind of letting fly just a little insinuating insults.
Which one have you been watching?
The Frank Uggan one. I've seen that one.
Oh, yeah, but they're not really commercials. I mean, are they playing that one on like in the news?
No, I just watch it during YouTube.
And there's almost not one of us would know whether they're playing it on the news. I don't watch the news.
I don't.
So it's everything is on YouTube. But I'm not even sure if they will show up like in an AdWorks YouTube or is it just somebody posts it and then sends it to a bunch of influencers on social media.
They're just
and then it goes viral that way.
Into the fertile minds of the uninformed.
That's right. I wondered that too because like Lou and Josh, I see no matter what I can be on like one of my favorite like shopping sites. Like one of my little off alternative coolmaterial.com sites, or I can be on like YouTube, or I can be on Sports Illustrated. And they are pretty much on the sidebar of everything.
See, now you got me looking for to see if there's if I've got something like that. And okay, I must be some kind of outlier. Somebody sent me a link to a story called Agent of Change about Sam Mabini in the Guamanian magazine, and there are no advertisements on this page, not even from Tropical Productions.
Really?
Are there any ads on that page? I know ours doesn't have a whole lot of AdWorks stuff on it either. And the other website I go to every day is CNBC, and
nothing there.
Nothing there. The closest thing to it is a city ad. So I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I it seems kind of hard a lot of times for me to not find them. Maybe, I wonder too if it's a time of day because I don't have any on mine either.
I think they're just going, he's a 56-year-old guy. It's old fart voter. We don't need him. It's 8:31 in the morning. I got to let you run. That's my buddy Blake Watson from Star 101, the morning show over there. Coming up, headlines and traffic. Kevin Kerrigan from the Guam Daily Post, brought to you by Furniture Kathy Style. And a reminder, their grand opening sale concludes on Sunday the 26th.
Taste the sizzle at Chili's with our new fajita flavors. Our signature fajitas are served with sliced bell peppers, caramelized onions, topped with chipotle garlic butter, and chopped cilantro. Build your fajita with over 16 ounces of tender grilled chicken, juicy steak, and a dozen pieces of seasoned grilled shrimp in the family fajita trio. All served with warm flour tortillas and fresh toppings like mixed cheese, guacamole, salsa, and pico de gallo. Experience bold, sizzling fajita flavors only at Chili's. More life happens here.
Yeah, way more than 20 shoes. The ones that I wear regularly, 5. That's just the way it is. Keep it casual. I like that. Time right now for headlines from the Guam Daily Post, brought to you by Furniture Kathy Style. Opening sale ends Sunday, August the 26th. Here's Kevin Kerrigan.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. In the headlines from the Guam Daily Post this morning, the request for proposal for transportation management software and hardware intended to streamline transportation services on island has been canceled. A vendor has already been selected as the most qualified bidder when the RFP was canceled. Guam Regional Transit Authority Chief Planner Raleigh Pilipina said that the Attorney General's office canceled the RFP on the project after concluding that the procurement should have been a bid rather than an RFP. However, GRTA may not have the expertise to write the procurement on its own if it's changed to an invitation for bid. GRTA Executive Manager Rick Augustine said he could not discuss specifics about the procurement. He said they are now working with the General Services Agency on how to issue that bid. The Guam Department of Education has received $750,000 in federal grants to perform maintenance at island schools and another $35,000 to assist with financial management. The grant awards were announced at a news conference yesterday at Marcel Sablan Elementary School by Guam DOE officials, along with Delegate Madeline Bordallo. Some of the schools slated for repairs are Agata Johnson Middle School, Ordot Chalanpago Elementary, and Wettengale Elementary. Most schools across the island will also get fire alarm upgrades. A fire in the pool and sewer pump room at the Lotte Hotel in Tumon last night prompted the evacuation of some guests there. Guam Fire spokesman Kevin Riley reports that engines 1, 3, and 4 responded, along with Rescue Unit 2 and Medic 10. The fire was reported about 11 o'clock last night. Riley says the fire was confined to the pump room only, although portions of the hotel were evacuated as a safety precaution. Fire was out and the all-clear sounded about 11:40. The guests were given the okay to return to their rooms. There were no injuries. The cause is under investigation. For these stories and more, log on to postguam.com or pick up a copy of today's Guam Daily Post.
Thank you very much. Again, the preceding newscast brought to you by Furniture Kathy Style. Remember, their opening sale ends Sunday, August the 26th.
Join Kathy and her team at Furniture Kathy Style for their grand opening this week. Their store is packed with fabulous furniture from brand names like Ashley, Klausner, Violino Leathers, and more, with prices that would blow your mind. Huge discounts throughout the store, such as their 4-piece bedroom set from Holland House, starting at $5.99. If you're looking for quality, style, and affordable furniture, come into Furniture Kathy Style in Hagåtña, open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Portions of the program brought to you by GRMC, Guam Regional Medical City, bringing you the Ray Gibson Show on the point. Oh, and iConnect time. Got to remember that. They go in order, don't they? iConnect is the practical choice. You like it when I say it that way. They're practical. I swallowed the piece so it didn't go into the microphone. Anyway, so here's the deal with iConnect. They've got a bunch of great plans. They've got the hookup with the push-to-talk. They can hook you up with internet at the house. They can hook you up with a great mobile plan. It really is the practical choice. Call them and find out how they can be practical for you.
My wife and I are really enjoying retirement. We hope to travel more to see our grandkids. But in the meantime, we're being smarter with our money. We switched our internet plan to iConnect and pay only $45 a month for unlimited service. Now we can video chat with the grandkids whenever we want. And our connection is great in Assen. Let's be practical. Why pay more when we can pay less with iConnect? Visit them at the Micronesia Mall, Agana Shopping Center, or the main office in Upper Tumon. iConnect is the practical choice.
In illness and in wellness, Calvo's Select Care is health care that is there for you. That's why over 80% of the Guam medical community places their trust and insures with us. We offer our members wellness and fitness programs for a healthier lifestyle and provide a comprehensive medical network on and off island to help members from unexpected illnesses. Contact Calvo's Select Care today for more information.
You're going to get hungry later on. You're going to say, you know what, I want a BMT. And you're going to go, but wait, I want a BMT, but I don't want it on bread. How can we do that? Can I make salad? No, try this. They do wraps now at Subway. They've got these signature wraps that you're going to love. You want to try something new. But if you want to take one of your old favorite Subway sandwiches and then turn it into a great new taste sensation, ask them to wrap it up, huh? Filling and delicious, loaded with meat, packed with flavor. Get yours today at Subway. Make it what you want.
Half a day. This is Jerry Gutierrez. Many remember how committed Carl has been to helping our people during times of hardship, disaster, and financial crisis throughout his years of public service. For Carl, it has always been about people helping people. He would like this opportunity to work on your behalf once again as your governor. I humbly ask for your vote for the Gutierrez-Bordallo team on August 25th. Together, let's make Guam again.
I'm Carl Gutierrez, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Team Sunshine 2018, Roy P. Duenas, Treasurer.
Do you like your car? Are you listening in the car right now? Are you liking it? Are you saying, I love this car? Or are you kicking the tires all the time saying, I want to get rid of a car, but I don't have any money? Here's what you do. Go to AK and buy some raffle tickets. They're on sale, giving away a 2019 brand new Lexus ES 350. You're going to love this car. This is going to be, this car will define you. You notice that? Some people define the car that they drive. Some people, the car defines them. This is the one that will define you. And you can support the Red Cross as well. Again, raffle tickets on sale at AK, drawing September 22nd. You need not be present to win.
$7 meal from Circle K. Get your choice of 2 Nathan's all-beef hot dogs or a half-pound Nathan's all-beef footlong, a big wrap bag of chips, and any size Polar Pop. That's a giant deal of a meal, all for only $7. Circle K. Take it easy.
Traffic been ugly all morning, and it's kind of ugly now as you're making your way southbound Marine Corps Drive. Like I said, anything south of the, what do you call it, the flea market here is going to be busy. It looks like things might have lightened up in front of St. John's, but there's still a lot of cars there. So I'm going to say the traffic is slowing down. It'll speed up a little bit, but you're still going to be stuck in a long line of traffic until you get past that particular intersection. 8, 10, and 16 clear. You might have a little bit of a fight getting to 8, 10, and 16 from Route 16. But once you're past that, I think everything is going to be all right. Doesn't look like there's too many more hot spots. Just be on the lookout for some lights that might not be working, or some standing water, things like that, as the weather's going to be coming and going all day. 20 minutes away from 9 o'clock. The Ray Gibson Show continues after these.
At Guam Regional Medical City, it is our mission to become the island's premier choice for specialty care, like cardiology, pulmonology, neurosciences, orthopedics, oncology services, and more. We aim to protect our island from heart attacks, strokes, cancer, and diabetic complications. But should you suffer from such diseases, we're ready with world-class options, both inpatient and outpatient. For more information, visit us at grmc.gu.
Well, how about that? 20 away from 9 o'clock in the morning, the Ray Gibson Show until at least 10 o'clock, and we'll take a short break from the political gossip. I know you're going, but wait, I've been here all morning long. I like the political gossip. Can we do some more political gossip? And I'll say yes. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But I got a couple of things to take care of first. Number one, I need to spend a couple of minutes with my very good friend Nate DeKnight, who from time to time needs to get on the radio and talk about great things that are happening with the Guam Visitors Bureau and important things that are happening for the environment in Tumon. Anybody knows me knows I'm not a tree hugger. I'm not one of those people that sits around, just sings about the environment. That's not my way. But I do care. And my particular suntan location, unfortunately, I don't get to get there 5 days, 6 days a week. So I get there. When I go to my particular suntan place, I always bring a bag, because guarantee from the time I was there last to the time that I'm there again, somebody has come down there and left a whole bunch of beer cans and cigarette wrappers and condoms and stuff like that laying around. And somebody's got to clean that up. And I don't do it because of the tourists. I do it because I live here. And so that's my thing. And there's another threat on the environment down in Tumon that Nate and I got to talk about. How you doing there, Nate?
Good, Ray. Good day, everyone. How's it going?
You know what? I'm pretty good today.
Yeah, pretty exciting show.
So far, right? So far, with the whole Unity Pledge thing, and the whole kill death videos against the hit pieces against Frank Uggan.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting times, but yeah, thanks for the time. I appreciate the time to talk about our beach cleanup, about this new invasive algae in Tumon.
Now, what is it called? Kera. I had it yesterday. I knew what it was yesterday.
Chaetomorpha.
Yeah, Chaetomorpha. That was one of the questions in the Ray Gibson News Quiz yesterday. Anyway, so Chaetomorpha invasive, and you've already done one round of cleanup down there, but you're doing another one.
Yeah, we had a round of cleanup. We took, or the volunteers, I should say, took about 500 pounds of it, but there's more and more of it growing, and mainly through Ipao Beach and Matapang Beach. So we're working with Department of Agriculture, and we'll be doing another cleanup this Saturday from 9 to 1 from Ipao Beach to Matapang Beach. So, if people have time, if they can come down and help. We've had a lot of interest. Josh Taikenko is kind of spearheading the effort on our side, but he's been getting a lot of people wanting to help and companies wanting to help. But we're going to go ahead, Ray, and do this cleanup. But we're also looking at talking with we may have to hire someone to come in and clean up and help clean up because this thing could just really kill our tourism industry. But and you said more importantly, our natural resources, our beach and also the reef and the coral.
Now, is that really a struggle here? I mean, can't we just put up a couple of signs in Korean and Japanese that say this is it occurs from time to time. It's a little bit of a nuisance, but hey, it's just it's the tropics.
Oh yeah, but I think this is an invasive algae that's not naturally found there in the bay. So what it does, it'll choke out all the coral, and then the domino effect. So it's not just that it looks bad on the beach.
Okay.
It's that it's not good for the bay, and it'll kill fish and other marine life. So we're working with the Department of Agriculture and trying to get this thing off. I think at first, I guess in Maritzo, in Moleso, it's really just spread everywhere, and it's ruining a lot of the fishing and stuff down there. And so we're kind of trying to figure out how it got up to Tumon, because it kind of skipped right at Kanya Bay and all the other bays. So maybe someone, we're thinking maybe like an outrigger canoe or some kind of boat that, someone did down there and then brought up here and then came with it, and just look how quickly it's spreading. So we really want to jump on top of it and not let it get worse than it is.
What happens to it after you pull that stuff out of the water?
Well, Department of Ag is there, so we put it. Everyone puts it in a pile, and then they help dispose of it, or we help them dispose of it in the right way. That's a good question. I'm not exactly 100% too sure.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, do we burn the stuff? Do we take it to the restaurant? Tell people it's seaweed? What?
Yeah, we put it in miso soup, or maybe your ramen.
Can you wrap it around coconut trees and keep rhino beetles out?
Yeah, and if it's not one thing, it's another, right?
Yeah. Well, Mike is saying maybe we could not burn the stuff, bury the stuff.
Yeah, I think once you get out of the water, it's not too hard to dispose of. It's not like rhino beetle, right, where it'll spread on the land. So I think that's fine. But yeah, like you said, Ray, Guam Visitor puts a lot of effort into keeping our beaches clean. We used to do trash pickup, I think 5 times a week, and then it wasn't enough, so we did 6. Now we do 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. But still, people send us pictures of overflowing trash cans. So we just encourage everyone to just, if you have a party.
Well, at least you're still doing it, because I think DPW or Parks and Rec just gave up. Because if you go down to Paseo, as an example, there's all of these places where we ask people to congregate. We've got a pala over here. We've got a concrete structure over there. There's a bench over there. But there's no trash cans. So people, they eat, they bring their fast food with them or whatever, and they go walking around looking for some place to dump their trash, and there's no place. So unfortunately, they'll dump it into the riprap that's down there or behind something. It's terrible.
Yeah, I totally understand, Ray, but sometimes resources are tight, or also what happens is when we have public trash cans. Sometimes people bring trash from home, and we found refrigerators next to our trash can, right? So there's that other issue, because I do remember when Parks and Rec started taking away some of the receptacles, but because people were illegally dumping their home trash and bringing it down to the receptacle and leaving it there. But so we just ask, if you have a barbecue, take your trash and take it with you. I think the mayor's offices have places you can dump things, or or if there is a receptacle, please use that. And so I think everyone just
I get distressed. Right? The other place I get distressed is a Lupang that where the golly, it's right across the street from that Thai restaurant.
Oh yeah.
There's these 2 places down there, and there's this wooded area in between them, and there's either squatters down there, or people that go and they goof off and they don't take their trash out in the place. It just got cleaned up and it's already trashed again. There's more that needs to be done, and we can't just say, well, we can't put trash down there because people will put trash in the trash cans. Just got to put something down there and hope that it gets the trash that we want it to. Before anybody else comes in with their trash from home.
Yeah, I think it's on both sides, right? People have to be responsible at the same time. And I think the government needs to, have these services available in the public
Enforcement. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I got through that, but there was another thing. I was looking at you're looking to improve Guam part here, and I've been critical lately, and wondering, what improvements have we made around here? What have we done to make things better for everybody, the tourists included? And I like this, a good long list here. The streetlight repairs down in Tumon, that was nice. I'm glad that you do that. And the beach cleaning, the bus shelters. I love all of the new bus shelters. And I think that's fantastic. Some of the landscaping that we see up and around the hotel areas, and I'd like to see that extended. Up JFK Hill, up into Marine Corps Drive. I'd like to see just beautiful shrubbery and landscaping from the front door of the airport down into Tumon.
Oh yeah, Ray. We've talked extensively about that. So you have a destination management committee here at GVB. And this is made up of a lot of, the private sector and public sector coming together, talking about, how we can improve our destination.
Yeah.
We have a capital improvement project list that includes all of those things you talked about. It hasn't been funded the last couple of years, but we're kind of looking to see at the end of this year if you have any extra funding about, just kind of self-funding some of these projects. I did promise you to get that fence at JFK taken away. So I
take it down. We don't need anybody's permission. Everybody that was responsible for putting it up, there was like 2 administrations ago. They're gone. They don't care.
Oh yeah, it's not money. It's not a permission. It's funding. It's so much money. It always comes down to funding. But I'm pretty confident. I hope we'll be able to get some have some funding to do some of these projects.
See, he brought it up, not me. I want to point out now, he's the one that brought up the butt ugly, god awful chain link fence on JFK, not me.
Here we go.
Just I wanted, because everybody says, "Oh, there he goes, broken record." That and the Hanum Basula, but it wasn't me this time. Hey, listen, I'll let you. I got a contest to do, so 9 to 1. Where do I meet you on Saturday?
Oh, Tumon. We'll be at Tumon Beach, and then we'll go work our way down to Matapang Beach.
You mean Ipoh Beach?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park. It's Phil Flores.
Yes. Yeah, so you don't get dinged by Phil, right.
Yeah, last time I saw him, I was like, man, I put the sign up on the thing. I was the one that put the sign up.
That's funny. Okay, so behind GVB, if you can't remember all of that, just behind GVB, and then we'll march up the beach down to Matapang.
Yeah, we'll have some water but bring. Well, I don't know if you're gonna need suntan. Sunscreen, but hopefully the weather clears.
Man, we ought to get something stronger than water. Yeah,
I was gonna say. I was waiting for. I don't know if you need beer. I said, "Hello, have we met?"
Oh, yeah.
I might park the cooler over at Matapang and run down, and then
But if Ray shows up, there may be beer.
If I'm there, there's beer. I might not have enough to share, but there'll be beer. 8:51, buddy. I'll talk to you pretty soon.
Okay, thanks, Ray. Thanks, Michael.
Good night from GVB. And Jim Bonanno, JB chiming in on the Facebook Live. Wait, we took trash cans away because people were putting household trash in them? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, we have a thing here. We have a system of how we do trash, where everybody got to pay $30-something to the man if they want to get trash removed from their house, and there's no lifeline rate for the poor and indigent. And if they get just as much trash as we do here, and they're going to get nicked if they burn it, so they let it pile up, and eventually they'll find some place to put it in the back of a pickup truck, and unfortunately it'll end up at Two Lovers Point. It'll end up at that one little place I was talking about. There's just all kinds of places where people can put trash, and so yeah, there were trash cans that were going to be out there for the responsible people that like to use these little pavilions that we have dotting our scenery around here. Right. And because this is so stupid, because people were putting their household trash in them, we took them away. So it just means that they'll still dump their trash somewhere else, and there's no place for responsible people to dump their trash.
Yeah, they'll just set it there by the benches.
Oh, yesterday somebody had tied their fast food bag. It was a plastic bag. They had tied the fast food bag to the fence. Which, hey, listen, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do, right? I know this. Take it home, put it in your trash can at home. But if you're a tourist, you don't have a trash can at home.
True.
So there's supposed to be a trash can there.
I don't think it's tourists that are doing it.
I don't think it's tourists either, but it bugs me because they just kind of gave up on it, and now there's trash everywhere, and you could sign up every volunteer on Guam, and there still would not be enough of them to go out there on a regular basis and clean everything up. 8:53 in the morning, and I know you want me to do the news quiz, and so here is the news quiz. His name is Nicola Marinelli. Can you tell me who Nicola Marinelli is? And because I work hard and I know you're lazy, I've got choices for you. 888-8255. That's 888-8255. Please call me and tell me who you think Nicola Marinelli is. And if you get it correct, we'll give you a bouquet of prizes from our wonderful sponsors.
That's right, Ray. We have a $10 KFC gift certificate and a gift certificate for a half dozen Subway cookies. It's good stuff.
Okay, talk longer next time when you see me reaching for my cup of coffee.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, all right.
I was on a roll.
Nicola Marinelli. Hello, my name is Ray Gibson. What's yours?
Eunice.
Hi, Eunice. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're not on the Facebook Live thing this morning. I didn't see you.
Yes, I am. I'm watching you right now.
And we're watching together? Am I pretty?
So.
Am I pretty? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's always the correct answer, Eunice. All right, so Nicola Marinelli, are you ready for your choices?
Yes.
Nicola Marinelli is the original Chef Boyardee, who is the savior of bachelors since before there was ramen, right? Nicola Marinelli, the original Chef Boyardee, or is Nicola Marinelli the ATM skimming dude? Or is Nicola Marinelli the original Italian stallion?
The skimming dude.
What's that?
He's the skimming dude.
Eunice, congratulations. Nicola Marinelli is the skimming dude. That's what he's going to be known as for the rest of his life, the ATM skimming dude. And here's what we've got now. You've just won an envelope full of the prizes that my partner Mike was talking about. And on Friday morning, if both of us actually have to remember to do this. On Friday morning, we'll do a drawing, and Pretty Danielle is going to come in here and maybe pull your name out. And if she pulled out your name, we're going to give you 128 gigs worth of an iPad.
Oh, I hope I win it.
Yes. Now, what would you use it for? I mean, just do you have a thing that is iPad specific in your life?
Actually, no, but I let my daughter use it.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. iPad is now the new babysitter. iPad is now the new babysitter. You use hours and hours of peace and quiet and silence when you give the kid an iPad. And the games, the apps, they're instinctive. They make it so all you have to do is turn it on, and before you know it, the kid already understands what's going on. How old is your daughter?
She's 11.
She's 11 years old. Oh, so she'll show you how to work it.
Yeah, she already has an iPhone, so I don't even know how to use her phone.
Oh, my God. We're lost, totally lost, aren't we? A 13-year-old daughter over here. Yeah, we ought to get them together and just sit back and watch the technology fly. Eunice, I want you to hold on for a second, and my friend Mike is going to say things to you that only winners get to hear.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, thank you. And, yes, it will tickle. You'll enjoy every word, because he's got that voice. You know, it's got that deep kind of low rumble on the bottom end. Anyway, so it's 8:56. This is the Ray Gibson Show, and I'm trying to think if there's enough small talk here to go just to the top of the hour, and there might be. I've already spent a lot of time on, and I might yet spend more. The whole Unity Pledge deal signed by the Democrats, and it would be the perfect Unity Pledge, except Mike Sinicolas didn't sign it. And there's butthurt. There's butthurt in the party. People saying it's treachery. That's what it is. It's sheer treachery. How could Mike Sinicolas? You know why? Because he's not really a Democrat. You listen to Mike Sinicolas. He's on the floor of the legislature. He doesn't talk about doing giveaways, you know, for the downtrodden. He never talks about equality and justice and things like that. He's always mumbling about fiscal responsibility and trying to live within our means. What kind of Democrat is that? So there's some kind of active conversation about maybe kicking him out of the clubhouse. I don't know if that's going to happen. And you get somebody like Governor Gutierrez, who didn't necessarily run to Mike's defense, but it's like, Ken, give it up. It ain't a big deal. There's other people on the Facebook Live earlier were saying, dude, it's just a piece of paper. Calm down. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what? For me, though, it's not. Because I got to kill 4 hours on the radio. You better believe I got to juice this. I got to go in there and milk it for everything that it is worth.
The symbolism is staggering, Ray.
Oh, that was Jeff Marchessault. That was Jeff Marchessault is my friend and has got the most colorful writing of anybody. I mean, you go to the PNC. See, I'll say this because it confuses the hell out of the people that work there. Going, is he plugging us or is he making fun of us? What is he doing? Just listen to the show. You'll figure it out. Anyway, so Jeff Marchessault, who is just the king of dramatic writing over there, has got just some of the most colorful language. While Paris said it would be difficult to impossible to remove St. Nicholas from the primary ballot at this late stage, the local committee man tells PNC he aims to inform the Guam Election Commission that St. Nicholas can no longer run under the Democratic banner. And given that the island is on the cusp of deciding which Democrat to send to Congress, the Democratic National Committee would be the first group informed of St. Nicholas's lacking of membership standing. Yeah, it wasn't as dramatic as I wanted it to be. Pentecostal, I think, is what I was shooting for. Brad said I did something very Pentecostal this morning. Debbie Canata, who should know, says Mike St. Nicholas is a straightforward and honorable dude. So I guess everybody needs to get off of his back. At least, well, do it after 10 o'clock. If you want to climb on his back and just make life hard or interesting, 888-8255, that's 888-TALK. It's 8:59 and change. The radio station is KUSG, Hagutnya, 93.3. The Point. Here's Fox News Live.
Back at it tomorrow. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. In its third day of deliberations, the jury in the Paul Manafort fraud trial fails to reach a verdict after taking extra time to deliberate today.
The 6-man, 6-woman jury from Northern Virginia didn't have any questions about the 18 charges or the nearly 400 exhibits that were not sequentially numbered by the Mueller team, which a source close to the Manafort defense speculates could be slowing the process down. Something else a source close to the Manafort defense pointed out as unusual for any trial, the jurors who have been sitting in the same seats throughout the proceedings came in this morning and sat in totally different spots. The jury is now being given as much space and as much time as they need to finish their deliberations, which brings a new, slower pace to a trial where for weeks the judge urged lawyers to speed up in this court known as the Rocket Docket.
Fox's Peter Ducey outside the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. A 33-year-old Colorado man charged with murder in the deaths of his pregnant wife and 2 children. Weld County District Attorney Michael Rourke says Christopher Watts faces an additional charge.
We filed 1 count of unlawful termination of a pregnancy in the first degree, which is a Class 2 felony as a result of Shanann being pregnant at the time of her death.
Authorities say Watts killed his wife and 2 young daughters, then disposed of their bodies on property owned by the oil and gas company he once worked for. A South Carolina woman has died after trying to save her dog from an alligator. Sam Chapaclear with the South Carolina Department of Wildlife says 45-year-old Cassandra Klein was dragged under the water.
The dog is fine. It appears that the alligator grabbed the leash instead of the dog, and it was some sort of a basically tug-of-war with her trying to get the dog back.
The gator was trapped and killed by the wildlife authorities. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Grilled salmon, petite sirloin. Can't decide.
What are you doing?
Making my top 10 list of favorite dishes at Ruby Tuesday.
You really need to get a hobby.
But I can't decide. There's no way I can narrow down so many classic dishes to just 10.
Then it's a good thing Ruby Tuesday did it for you.
It's the all-time favorites menu at Ruby Tuesday Guam. We took our most popular dishes and put them on one great menu for only $14.99. Hickory pork chop, Parmesan shrimp pasta, prime loco moco. 10 top sellers at one great price. Pick your favorite for a limited time at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Half a day. This is Jerry Gutierrez. Many remember how committed Carl has been to helping our people during times of hardship, disaster, and financial crisis throughout his years of public service. For Carl, it has always been about people helping people. We would like this opportunity to work on your behalf once again as your governor. I humbly ask for your vote for the Gutierrez-Bordallo team on August 25th. Together, let's make Guam, Guam again.
I'm Carl Gutierrez, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Team Sunshine 2018, Roy P. Duenas, Treasurer.
The leader of the Catholic Church writes a new letter condemning sexual abuse in the church and those who cover it up.
Pope Francis begged for forgiveness, saying the church has been too slow to realize the magnitude of the problem. The Pope went on to say, quote, "No effort must be spared to create a culture able to prevent such situations from happening." The extraordinarily contrite letter, however, did not offer specific reforms. The letter comes 6 days after a grand jury report alleging the sexual abuse of over 1,000 children by 301 priests over 70 years throughout Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's Attorney General Josh Shapiro calls the Pope's letter powerful and says he hopes it will convince church leaders to cease their denials and deflections. Brian Yennis, Fox News.
A judge has ordered Michigan's health director to stand trial for involuntary manslaughter in 2 deaths linked to Legionnaire's disease in the Flint area. The MTV VMAs are tonight.
It's all about rapper Cardi B tonight. She's leading the pack in nominations, up for 10 Moon Men, including Best New Artist and Artist of the Year. But most of her nominations are for her feature on the Bruno Mars hit Finesse. That song is up for Video of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Collaboration. Cardi B is also kicking off the event. Her first appearance since giving birth last month to daughter Culture. Confirmed performances for the night include Jennifer Lopez, who is the recipient of this year's Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, and Ariana Grande.
Fox's Anna Eliopoulos. A federal appeals court has revived a lawsuit accusing CBS of copyright infringement for playing digitally remastered recordings before 1972 by Al Green, the Everly Brothers, Jackie Wilson, and others on its radio stations and online. The owners of older songs have been battling broadcasters over royalties. Recordings made before 1972 are not covered by federal copyright law. Lisa Lucera, Fox News Radio.
Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959, and they'll continue to be there for you in the years to come. Whether you're looking to get a personal loan for that summer vacation or paying off those long overdue bills, Family Finance has got you covered. Apply for a personal loan from $1,000 up to $3,500 by calling Family Finance in Hagåtña at 475-4545, Upper Tuon 647-5626, or in Dededo 633-4473. Family Finance has been serving the people of Guam since 1959.
And these guys have been serving the people of Guam since 1903. I'm talking about King's Restaurant, and they've got these great local favorites. Bissteak tomorrow today because it's Wednesday. And can I just ask a question? Why is it still just Tuesday? Today's only Tuesday, right? Why is that?
Well, because yesterday was Monday and tomorrow's Wednesday.
We need to get through this faster.
Yeah.
We need to fast forward through the week. It needs to be Saturday. Okay, remind me to talk about this, our Saturday plans after I'm done with this, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm actually looking forward to Thursday. That's meat cake.
Right. Meatloaf Thursday, Wednesday pork sinigang, Friday beef tenactac, or the pick 2, pick 3 combo. It's waiting for you. Lunchtime, of course, at King's.
Regine Biscoe Lee isn't always the loudest senator, but that's because she's busy getting things done. Regine fought higher taxes from day one. Her first bill sent senatorial pay raises to public schools instead of politicians' pockets. And she took the governor to court when some politicians asked for nearly $200 million in new debt. Want a senator that strengthens our economy, champions our environment, and protects our children? Vote Regine Biscoe Lee for senator. Regine Biscoe Lee. Strong, honest, effective.
I'm Regine Biscoe Lee, and I approve this message.
Hey, if you ever get sick or get hurt in an accident, go to GRMC, Guam Regional Medical City, proud sponsors of The Ray Gibson Show.
$7 meal from Circle K. Get your choice of 2 Nathan's all-beef hot dogs or a half-pound Nathan's all-beef footlong. A big wrap bag of chips, and any size Polar Pop. That's a giant deal of a meal, all for only $7. Circle K. Take it easy.
The Ray Gibson Show also brought to you by Micronesia Renewable Energy and APL. That's American President Lines. They're shipping the future.
Stay clean and connected with Docomo Pacific and mobile. For a limited time, stop by any participating mobile store and get a free chamois when you purchase $10 worth of Docomo Pacific prepaid load. Keep your car looking spotless when you go prepaid with the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. You plus Docomo Pacific, better together. Offer valid while supplies last. Some conditions apply.
Wait, I'm supposed to talk about Wendy's now, right? Yes. Yes. Do you have lots of money? Do you have an unlimited budget? Huh? Okay, so here's what just say yes. In case anybody asks you, just say, yeah, I got dough. I got cash. What, do you need some? No, it's not, the reason. Can I just say why? Can I just? Here's the thing.
Absolutely.
Because I want people to be under the impression that folks that listen to this radio station are loaded.
They are.
That's what I want. So I want to be able to go to all the advertisers and say, no, you want to advertise on my station because the people who listen to me, big bucks, high net worth individuals. I'm not.
I ain't high, I'll tell you that, man. I don't feel nothing, man.
Wrong one.
I'll never call you on it. I'll never out you, right? I just want, just have that confidence, right? Quit hiding your magic. Have that confidence and say, yeah, I got money. You know, you can always tell who's got money. They're the ones that look for bargains.
Oh, yeah,
they're the ones. They're the ones that find it. I wanted a table. Right, I wanted a table, and so I was thinking, well, there's all kinds of places I could go, but I found a table online on one of these Facebook sites.
Oh yeah,
yeah, a beautiful table,
nice,
like $40.
Oh, okay.
So I bought it, and everybody says that is a beautiful table. That is a nice table. It's got secret compartment for my stuffs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and but you see, the point is, I could have spent more money, but I didn't. And the same thing with this Wendy's commercial. I'm going to tell you, you can spend more money. In fact, you can spend more money at Wendy's if you like. Get big fat sandwiches, things like that. But maybe if you're just in the mood for something, delightful, crispy. They've got this crispy chicken, bold buffalo ranch sauce, and melty cheese sandwich, and it's only $1. I know I'm going the long way to sell you $1 worth of a chicken sandwich at Wendy's, but hey, it's my art. Okay, the $1 buffalo chicken ranch crispy chicken sandwich only at Wendy's. Now that's better.
The Coconut Wireless is back. Morning talk that matters. The Ray Gibson Show.
Nicola! When I first saw that name this morning, like Nicola, I was thinking Ricola, right? That's how you know I'm sick. Is if I come to work with a bag of Ricola. That's the way it is. 888-8255 Facebook Live. And I haven't had a chance to bust the Cheers theme all day long.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
11 after 9 o'clock in the morning, I see Emmett Tanya Affligwe Conception. There's a hyphen in there somewhere. Did I put it in the right place? There's Debbie Canata. Rick Leone, my buddy. Nice to see you there. On, brother. Derek Munya Canata, who chimed in this morning and said, Uncle Carl, you're still the one. There's Jez De La Pena, Monica Pido. And Monica got a thrill because I said something nice about there's different Ashleys in my life. Okay, there's Pretty Ashley, Dennis's daughter, right? And she's always in the Facebook Live, and she's always helping me out with stuff that's happening in the campaign and stuff. And then there's another Ashley. I call her Haircut Ashley. And she could be Pretty Ashley too, but it's Haircut Ashley because she discovered me, I guess, at Rosy Rouge, and she's always taking care of me and my hair. So if you're a gentleman of a certain age and you're trying to figure out what to do about your hair, different styles, stuff like that, I leave it to her, and she's awesome, and she knows my schedule, and she is probably one of the best. Like, I don't, what do they call it? It's not bedside manner. Like when you go to the haircut, but you haven't been inside of a barber's shop in 25 years.
Been a while. Yeah, been a while. But yeah, the chair side manner would fit.
We just have the greatest conversation. Yeah. So it's a pleasure. And anybody that knows me knows that because I'm getting my hair cut more often. There must be a reason why, because she's good and I like the company. Anyway,
I just like the way she massages your hair while she washes your hair.
We're not like that. we're not like that. Anita Santos, I see Tedo from up at the ranch is on. Who else there? Suli Hafasuli. Carla Santos was making a reference about something was never free. Meals and entertainment costs were already included in ticket prices. Oh, I see what you're saying. It was a comment about the airlines. Vanessa Bin, with all due respect to Governor Gutierrez, I don't believe that it's outside of the party. Oh, I must be getting to this late because I don't understand. I don't understand the reference now. Vanessa Young Bill, like I said, I see there's Eunice Mendiola, who just won our daily contest. Stephen Durkins having a good time listening to the program and my jokes and cracking wise. Florence Cruz says Hafa Day Ray. Thanks. Vanessa says, and they talk about unity and taking the high road, but talk about Uggan all day. Oh, I know. Okay, I see what's happening. Vanessa is making references now, not necessarily to Uncle Carl, but some of the I don't know. I guess there's anti-Frank rhetoric coming out of the Lou and Josh camp. I guess. Marvin Ikeseki, I see the real Joe Cruz there. Nick Perlowski. Nick, how about you? Deborah Wise. Joey Toves. Robert Sonia Respicio. Oh, I see it. And Carla Torres Haddock. Neitz is on. Ismael Velez. Bronson, Johnny Rosario, Rene Lau, good to see you there. JB, Jim Bonato, Carlos Camacho, Cynthia Sablon Troltis, and Tricia Cruz. Oh, look out. TC's here. Danielle, Anita, Gange Cruz, Maria Hernandez. Nice to see you there. Oh, and this is interesting. A Safe Start Driver's Ed. Safe Start Driver's Ed. Saying, good morning, Guam. We used to play around in the other radio station every once in a while. Talk about stuff that young drivers need to know about. You're welcome to call me anytime you like. And, yeah, I'll be happy to take your phone number and stick that on the radio every once in a while. So, because every day there's a mom and dad who are celebrating a birthday of a young man or a young lady about 15 years old, maybe 14, and dreading. Tricia says, I'm magical. You better believe it. I make women disappear. Where was I? Anyway, so it's always nice to have somebody like Safe Start Driver School to help them navigate that process that I will never, ever, ever understand. So, nice to have you there. Sometimes the show is about news and information and political gossip, and sometimes it's just about the importance of maintaining our relationship. Don't you think? Don't you think? I like seeing you guys there. And not to put too fine a point on it, I love it when you pay attention to me. And I can tell. I can tell when you're paying attention because I can see it. I'll say something on the air, and then you will respond to it here. Right? This guy's always working. So I'm talking about Safe Start Driver's Ed. And how they're going to take your kids and they're going to mold them into good drivers. You know, they're not going to go slow in the fast lane. And they're going to park, not like Uncle Ray. Uncle Ray is the worst parking guy on Guam. And Derek Munya Kanata, who is faster than fast, says, then send them to AutoSpot after they complete their driver's school. You ought to do that, dude. You ought to set that up. That ought to be a thing, right? So if you go to Safe Start Driver's Ed School, and here's the deal: you want to get yourself into a new car, and then Derek will give you a special deal. You know, welcome to the world of driving. You know, here's a good entry-level car. Although that's not the way I'd do it. If it was me, and you know, and I come from a loaded family, I'd walk in there. What's the most expensive thing you got? I want that one. I want all options. I want everything in there. 9:16 in the morning. Let me get into a couple of other things at 888-8255. That's 888-8255. I have spent an ample amount of time talking about the story by Jeff Marchessault and the PNC about a Democratic committee man calling for Senator Mike Sinnicholas's ouster from the Democratic Party of Guam. I don't know that can happen. You know, I don't know if just like one guy can be so butthurt about, you know, him not signing the unity pledge that he can say, well, you're not a Democrat.
Yeah, I think that would require more than like one. Wouldn't they all like to have to get involved in that process?
And what is the process? So, no, I'm serious. I would like to know this. I am a card-carrying Democrat. I've actually signed up for the Democratic Party of Guam. And I'll tell you, a few years ago there was a what do you call it here, where we got to vote for Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
And I hate Hillary, so I voted for Barack Obama in that. And then they go off to the delegation, the convention, and say Guam likes Barack Obama. And that's all there is to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now everybody knows that I am not a Democrat.
Right, yeah.
Everybody knows that I am descended from Raymond Underwood, who was one of the framers of the Republican Party of Guam, along with Paul M. Calvo back in the day. And my, I'm from the Republican side of the Underwoods. That's all there is to it. And you would think that if they got a problem with Mike St. Nicholas running around being more conservative than the rest of them and not signing the Unity Pledge. I've never signed a Unity Pledge. I've never even been to a meeting. I don't pay dues anymore. So is it possible that there's some kind of process where they drum me out of the club?
Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it like in a gang? Do I get beat out?
Yeah, probably.
Right,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a corridor with all these Democrats, and they just everybody gets a,
Maybe you'll be forced to sit in a room in a chair and.
What was the Robbie Benson movie back in the 70s where he was in a gang and they beat him out? Do you remember that? Come on, okay, look it up. I'm talking. I got to talk to my mayor, Jenny.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing there?
Hi, I'm fine. Busy, but
Whatever. What are you busy at? What is like? There's an election or something?
everywhere. With this rain, inclement weather that we have, of course, we do have some washed out roads that we need to take care of, and all that overgrown vegetation as well.
Hey, are you running for re-election? This is not an election year, is it? For you?
Mine is not. No, it's in 2 years.
Okay, all right. So you're fine. So you're everybody gonna love you up for another couple of years. Are you gonna run in 2 years, or because how long have you already been a mayor up in Barrigada?
Well, this is my second term, but before that, I had 3 terms
As
a
vice.
mayor.
Yeah.
And then before that, I had 3 terms with Mayor Luania, and that's another 12 years as their admin assistant. So I have an X amount of years in this.
Yeah, you've been, and you still look like a teenager.
Oh, really? Thank you so much for saying that.
Who's the flirty flirt? Can I ask you about this Mike St. Nicholas thing? Do you have an opinion? Should he have signed the Unity Pledge?
No, honestly, I don't. Thank you.
You don't have an opinion? You don't care?
No, I don't. It's, I mean,
Okay, so can you answer this question? Who keeps making all the kill, death political hit pieces against Frank Uggan? Where do you think that's coming from?
I don't know. I was on the TV. We're watching the YouTube, and all of a sudden that came up. Like, where did that come from?
Hey.
And the vice mayor and I were like, who did that? I don't know. Who did that? Must be you.
No, it's not me. I don't. You know what? I haven't got time for that. I don't, and I don't have the software.
It's politics, and the thing about it is that they need to know these people and who they are and what they do and what they're really there for.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and are they for the people? They have to look at there's choices that they need to make, and they need to listen to their platforms because it's a really tough race, especially for the Democrats.
Oh, for the Democrats, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, very much.
But so the thinking is that Frank must be the lead gudzu in the cockfight. Because if they're going after him with such determination and a new video every single day, huh? You just got to think there must be somebody out there that's really scared of him.
I don't know who is.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so the reason why I called was because I was absolutely amused. First of all, I'm delighted that you guys are starting to clean up the old carnival ground.
Oh gosh, it was a long battle actually trying to get in, and that was Bill 62. And my hats off to Senator San Augustine. He really helped us and try to get it for the community. I mean, it's not only for the community of Barrigada, but it's for the entirety of the whole entire island. And, when we finally got it and signed into law on May 15, I was really happy. But at the same time that there were actually things that we needed to do to get the clearances, we can't just go in there.
What?
We just need to make sure we have the clearance to clean the place. Get yes, we do. I need to get clearances from DPW, EPA, and the clearance to remove and to grade, to remove the greens. Because we're going to start developing for a sports field. Because Barrigada has 13 soccer teams. We do have the Raiders, the Guam Raiders right now that are using the football field.
Yeah.
But we want to develop more because as the years gone by, Barrigada has developed more teams. We have basketball that you won't believe. We have 15 teams this year, and we have soccer coming up in November. And we need places for these
Oh,
kids
yeah,
to
and
go.
it seems like there's a new league every year. They come out with something, somebody new, and that's one less field that we can use. Are you shooting for something to make it as nice as what Mayor Savares has up in Dededo?
Well, you got to see our plan. We had a plan ever since. In March, since we went in for Bill 62. They just never asked me. The legislature never said, oh, does Mayor Bartlas have a plan? Yes, we do. You just never asked me for that plan. And maybe I didn't submit it during the time when they were into session to see the plan. But we did have it. And it was designed by Willie Flores. Willie Flores sat with us to say, okay, Mayor, what are your plans? What is it that is good for the community? So this is it. We need more fields. We need more baseball fields. And we're going to expand that baseball field to also make it look like the one in Agana.
Oh.
So that it could be, yes, there's room. There's a lot of room in there. And even the Guam National Youth Football Federation, the football itself, Mr. Shroma, came to me and said, Mayor, can we partner? So it's a private partnership that we're doing today. Every day that I speak to these contractors, I tell them what our plans are. Can you partner with us? Yes, we have solar people coming in and says, Mayor, we want to partner with you. We want to go ahead and donate these things so that it'll be better and safe for our community. I mean, I'm so excited, and there's going to be a press conference that we're going to do soon, and and that's why we're cleaning up, Tiden.
Well, I hope so. Are you going to keep the stage there? Because that was a nice stage they put up for the carnival, that stage.
Yes, you see that stage? It's going to stay. We brought our sister squadron. I'm very happy to say that there is a 30th NCR that had partnered with Barrigada over the weekend, and we welcome them to our home, and especially with the Barrigada Fiesta. They are going to partner with Barrigada, and these are the CBs. They're construction workers.
Yeah.
And I had Captain Spacek come out, and the chief, Master Chief, and says, Mayor, we see, we understand, we have to settle, and we have to work with you, and we're ready to rebuild Barrigada, to rebuild the Tiden side, to build its beauty as Barrigada stands for, its beauty.
What are you going to do for you got 100 walkers and runners up there every day? What are you going to do for them?
Well, what we're doing is you got to see our plan, and it has a walkway. It has where the yellow indicated on our plan is actually a walking trail. We're including lights in the area.
Hey.
It's going to take me time to work, but I'm working as quickly as I can. As I go on, I already talked to the Korean Association, and Mr. Jane Moon Park is also really very
That's the ping pong guy, right? That's the ping pong guy?
No, that's James G.
Okay.
Mr. Jay Moon has just been elected as the president of the Korean Association, and we attended his inauguration. And lo and behold, all those people that are in there, we knew who they were. I'm like, Mayor, I said, wow, I was so honored because I was the only mayor and the Vice Mayor Jesse that was invited to include the Mayor's Council of Guam director. And I'm like, wow, you had to have a special invitation to come. And then while I was talking to them and everyone there, they said, Mayor, we're willing to work with you and partner with you. And this is something good, not only for people, but for the whole entire island, for this health. We want to promote. There's a promotion that we're trying to do here is for safety. It's to provide and strengthen the community's image and the sense of place. It's also to support the economic development, to strengthen the safety and.
Well, then let's put some stuff together out there. I mean, because there's one of the other things that I've noticed about that is there's all these different enclaves of sporting enthusiasts. You got the softball guys, you got the soccer, you got the football guys, you got the runners and the walkers that are out there, and everybody can coexist, right? There's a great set of tennis courts up there that I don't think need as much work as some might say to get them refurbished and back.
We're revitalizing that. You got to see the plan because it's going to be a multi. So if they don't use it during tennis, it could also be used as a basketball court.
Right, but like take for example the kids at Harvest, they don't have tennis courts there, but you might be able to convince them to kind of adopt it. And but I was thinking about like a store. We could have like a store or.
Unfortunately, my bill does not say what I could do. It's just to go ahead and create more sports fields and I cannot supplement.
Yeah, but we could have a sports store there. You know, we could have somebody up there make energy drinks and coffee and.
Oh yes, we can probably have the. You know what? That's something we can look into.
Do like a refreshment cart, like they do at the golf courses.
We need that. We need healthy drinks. That's for sure. And
I don't know what you're talking about. I was getting ready to make a pitch for something that sold beer too.
No beer. It's hot. Sports area.
It's hot. There's nothing wrong with beer. It's in the Bible. We already determined it's in the Bible.
You know, Ray, I kind of, I really feel bad because
she loves me.
The area there, every time there's a softball tournament and all, now there is this Kamachili tree.
Oh, I know it. In the corner.
And I'm really, really upset because every time they're done, they just leave their trash. They have beer cans and everything, and that's really upsetting because we want to keep Barragán clean.
But but there's no trash can there.
But even if you did, you know what's going to happen, right?
I know somebody's going to bring their household trash from there. We got to get
dead carcasses, dead dogs. I mean, we've done it before. So what we need to do is tell the public, please, you are welcome to use the facility outside of the area where there's a game going, but please pick up your trash because this community here, my office, has other things that are very important to take care of, like washout roads and so on and so forth. But we cannot, please just keep going over there and pick up this trash.
Okay, well, if I'm just saying, if we put some kind of commerce down there, and whether or not we sell beer, we should, there's something there, and as part of their, instead of charging you rent, we'll charge you, some kind of a facility maintenance fee. So, there's incentive for these guys to do good business, and so we sell drinks and smoothies and what's the boba iced tea or whatever, and we'll take some of the money and we'll use that to make sure that we've got trash can and a guy that comes in twice a day and takes out the trash and cleans up the yard and do all that. You can't do that. I don't think you can do that, and I think you should charge for some of the use of the facilities.
Well, that's what it is. It's that they have to use and pay for maintenance fees.
Yeah, but don't give it to Parks and Rec because money's never going to get there. Keep it inside. Keep it inside your place because you're the only one that can determine how to spend it.
Yeah, no more. It's going to go back to the community. We are going to have a special funding for that at a special account that will go strictly to beautify as well as to take care of the maintenance on that area. That will also help develop for creating these sports facilities and put on better lights like solar lights. We're trying to go green here and working in partnership with these other companies already. They see the excitement. They see what I'm seeing, that we need to reduce our cost and learn how to recycle because what's happening here is they mix their trash and all that. And, Peggy, we love her to death. We work with her. And, she's an advocate that always goes out, and we try to be like her, even on our community center side. So you see our trash cans, they're all labeled. So we need to also bring it to that side.
One last thing, because I got to get the thing at the bottom of the hour I got to hit. But the last thought here is I think it needs to be easier to get to. And so is there any way that you can use your Mayor Ginny Blas, and everybody loves me, with the post office? Or with the Navy or with whoever, so that there is a easier way to get there. Because right now there's just a couple of peekaboo lanes that have opened up in the Duffys between the old utility poles, but there should be a nice way to get from Route 16.
Yes. Okay. We've been working on that, and actually I've been talking to the military. The thing is, you see that Shriner section?
Yes.
Make it 4.
Yes.
There's a way of doing that, but what it is, they have to put a slab of concrete over the existing underground fuel lines to protect it. So the military has to also coordinate with our government side, like DPW, that they don't hold them, that if something should happen, that
we won't hold them live. I don't know. I mean, we've got all kinds of other agreements. We're still riding over Navy pipes down in Agana. Paseo, right? There's parts of Paseo that are still under naval control.
Right.
And there's a way to do it. I think you just gotta keep calling and waiting until some skipper finally gives you the time that you need. But that's That's important, and I've been advocating for that for a long time. You should be able to go from Route 10 straight across the street right up into Tiedzen.
Exactly.
It is nonsense. It is nonsense that there is really only one way to get into your recreation area and that whole educational complex that's been built up, the police department, all of that. It's ridiculous. There's such traffic problems there. Anyway, listen, I got to let you go. I'll back you up 1,000% on that. Yes, 8, 10, and 16.
We can talk some more, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm sure we can.
Please, we'll do that.
Okay, and maybe I'll invite you in, and we'll have videos of your plan that I can play.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Those are the things that they need to know.
Okay.
But, well, you know.
Call GWN. Tell them to fix that pothole in front of my sister's house.
I will.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Nanny. I love you.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
You got to be tight with your mayors. I'm telling you guys. That's how you get stuff done. It's 9:32, and have I told you lately that that's iConnect time? They're the practical choice. They've got a whole commercial here with a guy from down in Aston talking about how great his coverage is. He's got internet. He's got the mobile plans. And if he was a businessman with a fleet of guys, an army of salespeople, he could be doing the push to talk thing.
Actually, I was at GPO the other day. Security guards out there using push to talk, and you know where he got it.
He got it from iConnect. They are the practical choice.
Hi, this is Kathy Sorensen. Some of you may remember me as the lady who bought too much furniture and passed on the savings to you. I'm back with Furniture Kathy style, and prices are rolled back 10 years. That's 2018 style with 2008 prices. Come check us out and have a chance to win your dream home makeover. Everything is on sale up to 25% during this grand opening event. Visit us at Furniture Kathy style on Agania, Instagram, and Facebook.
Half a day. I'm Selena Cruz Nelson. My whole life, I was taught to help everyone I can, as much as I can, for as long as I can. That's why I ran for senator, and it's why I'm asking for your vote on August 25th. With your continued trust, I will continue to support our law enforcement community and demand that they are more responsible and responsive to you. I will work to stop drugs at our border and find treatment options for those suffering from addiction. I'm Selena Cruz Nelson, and I humbly ask for your votes. I'm Selena Cruz Nelson, and I approve this message.
Offering state-of-the-art MRI, full-field digital mammograms, full digital x-rays, and 4D ultrasounds. FHP Health Center provides comprehensive diagnostic medical imaging with the convenience and access our patients deserve. Our highly specialized board-certified radiologist ensures high-quality, patient-focused care with every visit. Call the FHP Health Center at 646-5825 and press 2 to schedule your appointment today. Most insurance is accepted, including Netcare, Aetna, and TRICARE.
Sometimes a penny saved can lead to much more than a penny earned. With GPA Energy Sense rebate program, the power is yours. Earn money back while saving on your monthly power bill. GPA Energy Sense rebate program will help lower your initial costs when purchasing approved GPA energy efficient appliances and upgrades with monthly savings you can expect. For more Energy Sense saving ideas, visit GuamPowerAuthority.com or like us on Facebook. GPA, bringing energy solutions to you.
Here at APL, our core values give the company its heart and soul. Whether it's connecting your business with our global network through our newly enhanced service or investing our efforts into giving back to the community, APL is committed to serving you. We humbly honor the opportunity to find innovative solutions for you and your business. To learn more about our enhanced service, call 588-4651 or visit www.apl.com/Guam for more details.
If you can dream uncommon design and unprecedented engineering, you define the 2018 Lexus. The boldly designed IS Sport Sedan's aggressive design stimulates the senses.
Advanced paddle shifting puts the exhilarating performance of the IS Sport Sedan at your fingertips. With deep, luxurious seating, the ES350 offers an ultimate level of comfort, while cutting-edge engineering delivers a thrilling drive.
Put yourself in a 2018 Lexus.
Now with special incentives.
At Atkins Kroll.
Just a couple of notes here, and just strange something. I was somebody snapped a picture of me over the weekend, and it's a really good picture of me. So I made it my profile picture on Facebook, and it's me basically reclining without a shirt, looking good, right? Feeling strong, very confident, showing my magic. And so I will admit to having enough of an ego that I will go and because I want to see who reacted to my picture. It's nice when you see the comments, but I like to see who's reacted to the picture. And it just amazes me how many guys are liking my picture.
Yeah. I saw it, and it was like, oh, okay.
There he is. That's Gibson, always taking his shirt off. It's 9:37. Matthew McConaughey. Fond of doing that as well. What have I not wrung out yet today? I could spend some time going over a piece of this that came out from the governor's office yesterday, from the entertainment department of the government of Guam.
By the way,
yeah,
Walk Proud, 1979.
Really?
The Robbie Benson movie.
You see? Robbie Benson, Walk Proud. Man, okay.
Back when the gang movies got popular.
Yeah, I remember. And I just thought it's like of all of the people that they think would have been good as a gangster, like that one was the last one that I would have ever supposed in my head. Okay, wait. There's got to be there might actually be footage of it. Walk Proud on YouTube. Let me see if I can find something. Walk Proud fight scene. There it is. There's Robbie Benson. Walk Proud trailer.
There's probably cursing. Although, I don't know. It's 79. Did we do a lot of cursing in 79?
There was no cursing in 79.
Yeah.
No. Not like today.
Yeah, no.
You ever listen to the songs on the, if you turn on Star 101, you listen to the songs, they're all bright and happy and everything.
Yeah.
And then you look for the song on YouTube, you go, I really like that song. I think I want to hear it on YouTube. And then you hear the YouTube version.
Yeah.
And it's like teenagers cussing. It's so weird.
It's a little different.
All right. So don't play the audio. I just want to do the trailer here. Robbie Benson and Walk Proud from 1979. There it is. There's Cholo. There he is. Who's that prairie mom of a lady in the car with her? Who's that? Anyway, you watch that video while it's playing, and I'll tell you about why it was in my head. And the reason why it was in my head was because I'm wondering if they're going to beat Mike St-Nicholas out of the Democratic Party the way Robbie Benson was beaten out of the gang in Walk Proud. Couldn't be there with his brothers.
With a face like that, he'd have never made it into any gang I've ever known.
Bet he would have been fun in prison. Now what movie am I thinking about? Roadhouse. What is it? It's late. Look, it's late in the show. You weren't expecting substance this late. This is in fact, this is the part of the program I call the small talk portion.
We have rules.
We are never you are never in danger of hearing anything that is of any weight or substance at all in this particular hour of the program. It's just too weird. Somebody's giving Mike a hard time on the Facebook Live. Hold on, and then I'll read what some of my comments are. Mike took time to visit villages and actually interacted with the children more than the adults, which made me feel his intentions for the people are genuine. This is Carlos Santos writing in. The only other person looking out for his people, the Tomorrow people, is Frank Uggan Jr. Sorry to say, but if you feel butthurt that Frank wants to put his people first, no matter how harsh, then feel free to return to your native land. Interesting. And I'm wondering if Frank would go to you and Carlos and say, stop helping. But it's okay, I got it. It's okay. Maybe my guys, we got an ad coming out for that. Ron McD asked, maybe the homeless guy living at the fairgrounds there can protect the area from trash dumping. Yes, maybe that is a possibility. You never know what can transpire. Unfortunately, they arrested him. Oh, Edward James Olmos is in this movie too?
Oh, wow.
Or did it just go from the Robbie Benson movie to Stand and Deliver?
Oh, Stand and Deliver, yeah. This is 88.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a good movie, though.
No, it is a good movie. I learned how to do nines from that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had this thing. He was trying to encourage them to do nines in their head.
Yeah.
And he's got this thing that he does with his fingers. And I thought, that's the coolest thing in the world.
Nines were always the easiest for me.
40 years old when I found that out, watching the movie.
Fours were hard.
So 9:41. So the governor's office sends out a piece of paper. These seemingly small errors can't be allowed. Somebody missed that part in the editing process. And no! Is that not the most fun thing? When you see somebody get hung on their own petard? Which is it's a talk radio phrase. You know, I very rarely ever get to use it.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I'll channel my predecessor, John Anderson, and that was one of his favorites too. Right. So over at the governor's office, they're giving the legislature a hard time about making these seemingly small errors, which is followed by an actual small error in the grammar. Oh, in your face. These seemingly small errors can't be allowed to slip through, not at a point where we are trying to balance the fiscal year 2019 budget to help ensure stability following the chaos created when Senator Mike Sinnicolas led a group of senators to repeal a solution and failed to replace it with a viable option. So clearly they don't like Mike Sinnicolas over there as well, and would probably be just as happy if Mike Sinnicolas got kicked out of the Democratic Party. But can I just make this clear? Don't wish too hard for what you might ask for, because if Mike Sinnicolas gets kicked out of the Democratic Party, where's he going to go? He'll go to the Republican Party. I don't think you want him in your party. I don't think you want him in your party. No,
maybe they do.
I don't know. Because if I was like the new guy, I'd ask all the questions. Why do we do it this way? You know, there needs to be more inclusion of a certain group of people that I don't think are getting heard from. I think, it seems to me that it feels like the Republican Party is basically the same bunch of guys.
Be careful.
Over and over. It's like
man.
It's like a frat. I don't want it to be like a frat. I want it to be a little bit more inclusive. I want to be hear from guys in the middle. And if you're not going to hear from the guys in the middle, if it's just the rich guys, if it's just you rich guys.
Isn't it always?
Not necessarily, Kim Wasabi. You think about some of the highest-ranking Democrat officials in the United States of America, and they all got rich with government jobs. How the hell did that happen? I'm just saying, maybe you don't want you want to find a way to support him. 888-8255. You want to jump in on that conversation. So anyways, Bill 323 shorts, Public Health, MIP, Medicaid. Here's what's going to happen. This is death by a thousand cuts coming out of the governor's office. All he needs to do, and there's no reason why he doesn't need to do it right now. He could step right in today and go, I'm vetoing this bill. And it's not veto-proof. It only passed the legislature with a vote of 8-7. And send this back down to the legislature and have these guys get to work. Guess when they're not going to want to work? They're not going to want to work in the last 4 days of this primary campaign.
They'll want to work even less next week if they don't win the primary.
Now we know there's
lame duck.
The lamest of ducks. Dead duck legislature.
Thank you. Yeah.
What did I say earlier? Yeah, BJ's calling me into session. Oh, and it might not even be BJ. BJ might beat Yuka and Doreen for the OPA job. I haven't seen any numbers on that, so I couldn't tell you where it is right now. Between the three of them, I think they've managed to spend a total of $8,000 in their count. I don't think BJ spent anything. I know that Yuka's spend is right around $1,500 or something like that, and it's in 3 signs. I think she's only got 3 signs in the island. But anyway, I'm not criticizing. I'm just observing. But still in all, there's not a lot of money getting spent on this OPA race.
Some people may actually even be surprised to see B.J. Cruz's name on the ballot for that position because I've seen nothing anywhere that would indicate that
he's actually running, right?
Office. Yeah.
So it's possible people might think it's another B.J. Cruz.
Good, maybe.
You never know. So here's the long and short of it. There's the possibility that he might win the election on Saturday and very, very soon be gabbled in as the public auditor of Guam, which means that we've got 14, even number of legislators. Okay, and who's going to be? Vice Speaker could become the Speaker. I think that would be left to the rest of the body. I don't know that would be automatic. There might still be a vote, but by way of adult supervision over at the legislature with BJ gone, who else have they got? They got Joe, who's still new in the game, and Jimmy, and Jimmy's got his own set of problems. So who else is there? Who's the next? Mary. Oh, but Mary's a Republican. So yeah, so maybe not. So you got all of this dynamic here, and then you've got the other losers, because Frank and Dennis might not make it as governor candidates, right?
True.
Mike might not make it as a congressional candidate, right? Okay, so there's 3 ticked off guys.
Wow.
Yeah. So do we have a quorum today? No. Where's Frank and Dennis and Mike?
They're at the bar, man.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And so that sets up a scenario where we could quickly go in a very short amount of time, 30 days, to the end of the fiscal year. And as Governor Carl T.C. Gutierrez earlier in the morning said, if there is no budget by the beginning of the new fiscal year, according to the Organic Act, you go back to the 2018 budget and adopt that. And the revenues are not going to match at all, because there's, you know, what is it, $110, $120 million worth of a shortfall? No, maybe even higher than that. Maybe even higher than that if you look at the entire year total.
Right. Yeah.
So so who's that gonna be a problem for? Whoever wins the next gubernatorial race, whoever wins the general election, because they may have to, as governor, deal with a budget that is exactly the wrong size in every spend category that we have and in every revenue category that we have. And I think that will be the interesting thing. So how much is the next governor going to be able to do? So we got all this talk of promises of all these great things that the government's going to be doing for the people who are suffering. What are we going to do? How are we going to do that when we don't have any money? Which will then, this is the other way that my brain is bent on this subject, right? Which will then, should then lead to, if you ask me, the healthy yet belated multiple times and over several decades conversation about reorganization of the government of Guam. It would therefore have to happen out of necessity.
Yeah.
And the lack of a workable budget and the lack of any decent revenue that's going to be coming in.
I think it's time. You know, I think, you know, there's just too much. There's too much overhead here. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, bro.
Well, I keep asking this question: what's gotten done?
Thank you.
But aside from people that go to work and get paid, can you tell me what's happened? School goes on. Okay, that's good. But unless they're one of the new schools that we've borrowed an incredible amount of money to fix up, Simon Sanchez is the same Simon Sanchez. We played this little game over at the legislature trying to figure out who was going to take care of the spend, who was going to be taking care of getting the architectural work taken care of, and who was going to be able to do the RFPs. And okay, it's going to be the Department of Education. Can they do it now? No. Are they in a position to do it now? No. Do we have the money to do it now? No.
Denied.
So what has happened? What have we been doing? You know, the editorial in yesterday's Post, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Are you better off now than you were 8 years ago? And that is not an what do you want to call it? An indictment of the current administration. It's an indictment of all of the government that we have had in the last 8 or 10 years. Really, what have we gotten? All of the money that's coming into the government of Guam from all of these different sources, what do we have to show for it? Do we have any new roads?
That particular question, see, just serves to the interest of those who are filling out the survey. The question should be, is Guam better off than it was 4 years ago or 8 years ago?
However you want to word it.
But I mean, you know, there are things that some people will find that are favorable to them personally that doesn't necessarily involve the rest of us. So they would answer, sure, I'm doing great.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got a raise. I got a, okay, Senator, very good. Oh, that's nice. What about 8th grade education? Make $70,000 a year as a special assistant over in the governor's office. Yeah, I'm doing great, but we still have this crime problem. We don't have a good place to put all of the criminals because we haven't done anything, haven't done a lick of work trying to get the Department of Corrections into where it should be. And frankly, there needs to be a new Department of Corrections. Yes. And if it was me, if I was the Ayatollah, I would refer to it as the prison. I would call it a prison. I don't want to call it a Department of Corrections. That's just sugarcoating it. Guess what, guys? This is prison. This is not about correction. This is about punishment. Why are you in here? Because you screwed up. You couldn't follow along with the rules that everybody else has to do, and we need to temporarily put you in timeout. And it's not going to be fun. You're going to hate every day, and you'll never ever want to go back. And you will encourage people when you're out to get their lives together because you don't want to go through what I went through in that place.
Yeah, the word correction implies that you're teaching or training these people to be better people when you let them loose, and that's not happening.
888-8255. And John De Leon Guerrero, I'm assuming this is the video of Frank. I haven't clicked on it or opened it. And he's asking, is this true? Has Frank ever confirmed these accusations? And depending on which video it is that you're talking about, that I'm aware of, he has not been on the air here with me to repudiate any of these claims. So it must be true. Just kidding. Just playing because, you know, Familia and Cassie, all that. 9:51, 9:52. I got to take a break. I'll be right back.
Guam Regional Medical City. We bring the healthcare advances of the world directly to you. We are an acute care hospital that complements your needs with our robust outpatient specialty clinics. From preventative care to critical care, we strive for consistent excellence at GRMC. Our core philosophy is where patients are partners, which means we work as a team to make a healthier version of you. For more information about GRMC, visit us at grmc.gu.
Apply today for First Hawaiian Bank's United Mileage Plus credit card. And upon approval, you will be entered to win 2 round-trip business class tickets on United. You'll also earn up to 30,000 bonus miles, 5,000 upon opening your new account, and 25,000 after spending $1,500 within 3 months. And you'll get 2 times the mileage on United ticket purchases. Apply by August 31, 2018. Stop by any branch or visit us online at FHB.com. Terms and conditions apply. Sweepstakes starts on July 1, 2018 and ends on August 31, 2018. Open to legal residents of Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands aged 18 years or older. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Visit www.fhb.com/United Sweepstakes for official rules and complete details. Member FDIC.
Security Title is honored to join in sponsoring Ray Gibson on The Point. My name is Alicia Blas from Agate, and this is where I start my day, listening to the voices of our community and sharing thoughts about issues that affect all of us. It all boils down to our people and our land. Putehi Igomamu. Protect your home. When purchasing or refinancing your home, remember to call the professionals at Security Title, just like you call Ray Gibson in the morning.
The Extra Point with Jerry Roberts of Guam Training every morning on The Ray Gibson Show.
I have to admit, I'm quite often attracted to articles and posts that have titles like 5 Secret Totally Sure Ways to Grow Hair Like a Gorilla. I'm Jerry Roberts, and at 7:20 a.m. on The Ray Gibson Show, I've got one of those for you. 5 qualities of remarkably loyal employees.
You can find daily transcripts of The Extra Point by Jerry Roberts at guamtraining.com. Tune in every weekday morning at 7:20 for The Extra Point with Jerry Roberts on The Ray Gibson Show on 93.3 The Point.
It's another dude like my picture. $888-8255. I'm sorry. What is it? The post that Ashley put up there, and I put in my logo phrase these days. My logo phrase is "Courage is always rewarded." Right. So I stuck that up there and her thing. But hers is actually a piece of scripture. Getting a lot of scripture today. Getting a lot of religion today. Yeah, and something about let your confidence. And don't hide your magic. What, Gov? What is it? Okay. I'm being sent by the governor of Agana Heights to check on the Daily Post poll. Daily Post. Okay, let me get to this and see what it says this morning. Thank you. Appreciate that. Weekly online poll. Poll results are published every Monday, the Guam Daily Post. Who among the Democratic gubernatorial candidates would you vote for in the primary election? This is just Democrats again. Ugan Limtiaco, Gutierrez Badadzu, Leon Guerrero Tenorio, or Rodriguez Cruz. I will slyly just click view results and not put my own vote in this poll. Because I don't want to. Because there might be somebody watching.
You're allowed.
Gutierrez Berdallo, far and away in the lead here. Over, looks like 2,500 or so votes.
Wow.
Next closest one is Leon Guerrero at just over 1,500 votes. And we'll call it about 1,000 votes for Ugg and Limtiaco and Rodriguez with just a couple of hundred. And I don't know. It's not Gov. It's nice. It's very nice. Take a snapshot of this. And keep an eye on it, because it is possible that in a couple of hours, somebody over at the Leon Guerrero camp, there's going to be some poor fool, the new guy at the Bank of Guam.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, "How long you work here?" He says, "Oh, I just started a couple of weeks ago, ma'am."
Got a
Start clicking.
over here.
Start clicking. No, it was like 5 computers at the bank, right? So we'll just do 5 computers. And so while you're clicking here, that one there will be relogging in, right? It'll change its IP address, relog in, relog in, relog in. And so like one guy should be able to get out. What did I say the difference was? Gov's at 2,600 and Lou's at 1,500. Should be able to crank out 1,000 votes between now and payday.
Yeah.
If you want that payday, if you want to keep working here. Listen, if you get fired, I'll just say it right now, because I know these guys, they'll do it. If you get fired for not clicking enough over a BOG, guarantee I can get you something at First Hawaiian.
There you go.
Because it all starts with yes. Ed and Karen Untalon said so. It's 9:57 in the morning. You totally derailed me again, Governor, from what I really wanted to talk about. And that is the Wild Orchid Club owner has finally been charged in that case, right? So brings a bunch of pretty girls from Taiwan. Come on out to Guam. You can say, you'll be tourists. They came out on a tourist visa, and he immediately takes them, puts them to work over in his bar, selling $20 drinks, and for which I don't know. I don't think this is a terrible deal, because it seems to me that some of the buy me drinkies are less fair when it comes to that. So you buy a lady drink, and it's like $15 to the bar, still only $5 to the girl.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but these guys were doing all right. It was $10 to the bar, $10 to the girl. And then somebody found out. Somebody found out about it, dropped a dime with the immigrations people, so they're in trouble for that. And now he's in trouble for getting into this whole frivolous, it's almost, what is it, human trafficking, right?
Pretty much is.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Anyway, so the question that I'm getting a whole lot of these days is, where's the Wild Orchid Club? Asking for a friend. Stayed up all night working on that bit. What do you expect? It's 4 days away from the primary election. We're all getting frisky around here. We're all waiting to see what's going to happen. Which one of 1,001 different online polls have predicted correctly the winners of the Democratic gubernatorial team? Who will go on to face Ray Tenorio? Is this Ray's race to lose, or is there one candidate that will emerge from the 4 that will be able to take him on and make it the battle of the decade? Because frankly, there are a lot of people that are of the opinion that the election will end on Tuesday. When the Election Commission certifies everything, the election will, for all intents and purposes, be over on Tuesday.
Will Ray even make it?
Maybe I don't want to speculate. I've got seconds to speculate. I think I'm going to save it, and we'll speculate tomorrow. Hope I didn't get any on you. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. The radio station is KUSG. I got you. For Mike and Kevin and Blake and everybody else playing around with the radio this morning, this is Ray Gibson saying love you, mean it, bye.
Into day 4, I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The jury in the fraud trial of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort will resume deliberations in the morning.
Jurors extended deliberations later than usual, but adjourned without a verdict. They'll pick it up Tuesday morning. Attorneys on Paul Manafort's defense team believe there's reason for optimism. A source close to the team tells Fox, comparing the proceedings to the run-up of the 2016 election, when pundits predicted one outcome and there was a surprise. Manafort is charged with 18 felonies related to tax evasion and bank fraud. Regardless of the verdict in this trial in Northern Virginia, Manafort is on trial again next month on charges of failing to register as a foreign agent and money laundering.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. President Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, working back comments he made yesterday when he said truth isn't truth. He spoke with Fox's Martha McCallum.
It's like the tree falling in the forest. Did anybody hear it? I mean, how do we know what the truth is?
So you're talking about whether or not the president asked James Comey to go easy on Michael Flynn.
Because
and James Comey says he did, and the president says he didn't.
That's right. And they will possibly charge